Hi guys, welcome back to the Coronacast. I'm pretty sure this is episode 10. It's either 9 or 10. So, we're getting up there in the numbers. Okay. Welcome back. I'm here with the long lost Balti, who hasn't been in an episode since 1 or 2.
I think it was 3.
It was 3? Okay, but still. Okay, he's back. He is back. The sexy man is back. So,
Wow.
you have that to look forward to. And I'm joined by Max. So, we're eating right now. I'm having a banana and Quaker Chewy bars. We were just talking about how absolutely orgasmic these Quaker Oat Chewy bars are.
We would like to take this time to, shout out to our sponsors, Quaker Oats Chewy Bars.
Dollar Shave.
Dude, if Quaker Oat Chewy bars wants to sponsor, I am 100,000% down.
100%.
Even if
they're actually paid for this right now, this whole setup.
This whole free 99 setup?
Yeah.
This whole free 99, this whole, shitty 2014 laptop, like a Razer headset.
This Windows Vista. Pay for everything.
So, Connor, what's been on your mind, my man?
Me?
Oh yeah, we want to know.
Okay. Well, this semester has been a heck of a lot better than last semester. Like, so much better.
How do you mean a heck of a lot better?
Okay,
what has made it so much better than last semester?
Last semester, I was full stressed 100% of the time, so I got burnt out very quickly. And
Amen to that.
I didn't have good time management skills, and I still don't. But then it made actually a dent. Like, it made a difference. And I ended up failing a class, which sucks. However, it was a college class, so it really doesn't count, except in my heart. But,
Amen. Amen
yes,
to that.
Yes. So, like, I mean, that was the entire semester of just nothing but stressed out about college apps, scholarships, and just doing all this BS work that I didn't care about. This semester, I have, and the sad thing about last semester is that's like you're supposed to be your best semester. Like, I had a fantastic class with Max. We had Miss Hicks together, and I had a solid second block. I had Mr. Sturm for Spanish. He was awesome, and I had 2 free blocks at the end of the day. So
that's the dream right there.
That is the dream. That's literally the dream. But I was so stressed out that I could not enjoy the dream, and it was just terrible because I'm like, oh, I should be enjoying myself, but I can't. You know what I mean? So that was
because
rough.
College classes put a lot of stress on the human body.
Because school is a concept designed by the big man.
Exactly. It is the enemy. But this semester, I have classes that I don't exactly like. However, I make the most out of it because I can, because I'm not as stressed. Because I've applied to most colleges I'm going to apply for. And scholarships, I'll worry about that whenever.
Get into college.
Yeah, I'll worry about that later. And, I just ain't got this pounding, like, existential dread that I had last semester. And I do have 1 free block in the morning, which, I don't know. I think I like having a free block in the afternoon, or 2 free blocks in the afternoon better. But, beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah.
And I also have Miss Grady. So that's awesome.
Woo! Miss Grady's dope.
Yeah, Miss Grady's
Miss that
dope.
crazy old woman.
So, this has been on my mind a lot. How absolutely fucked up the school system is.
Okay.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Okay,
and
let's go.
especially how fucked up, specifically the way that they're handling the COVID situation.
Oh yes, 100% terrible.
Where's my little
For the 0 viewers out there, we are in school going to doing a class, so that's like a blessing. Yeah, in person.
Can I get a womp womp in there? Do we have a womp womp button?
No, we don't have a
I need
womp womp button. We just have your sexy voice.
We need a soundboard.
No, Balti, your voice can be the soundboard.
You need to be the soundboard guy.
Yeah.
I'll be the soundboard guy. I'll be the guy that comes in. Alright, sorry.
But yeah, I love being in school. I can't stand online school. I feel like
I haven't been in school for half a month and I'm almost failing a class. Like, I just physical school, man.
Okay, anyway, continue, Max.
Yeah, sorry.
So, I'm really confused as to what they want from students.
Same.
Because whenever we come to the administration about situations that come up in our personal lives, when we have interactions with COVID-19, the whole thing that they're trying to protect us from, they just say, well, you know what? We can't just let you out of school because you did something outside of school. And I'm like, it doesn't matter because I sat next to a COVID-19 positive person for like an hour.
Yeah.
So, you know Caitlin, Braden's girlfriend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I was in her car after school, and we were just talking. And
yeah, that's what they always do.
Yeah. And then
just fucking.
Literally, 2 days later, she tested positive for COVID.
Wow.
And I said something to the school today, and Miss Akers came at me very, very strongly, saying, we need an adult. We need an adult to handle this situation. Bitch, look, here's the deal. 2 months is the difference here of me being able to handle this on my own. What you've essentially done is you've said to me that I'm incapable of handling this situation. When I've been very respectful to everybody who has been involved in this situation, I have asked for proof. I have proof that I was in her car. And it should have been a very simple situation. Like, hey, yeah, no, you were in close proximity with somebody with COVID. We're going to give you the quarantine. Make sure you get a COVID test as soon as possible. That's all they had to say. That's all they had to say. But instead, they chose to accuse me of lying.
They accused you of lying?
And then be disrespectful to me during each phone call that I tried. Every avenue that I tried to go down, they were disrespectful to me.
That's ridiculous.
Okay, like I can look over the hey, you know, how do we know? But like accusing you of lying, like I get that having more kids out makes it a hassle or whatever. Makes it a hassle on the teachers for administration. That's like, oh no, less kids to take care of, and but they accuse you of lying.
That's the thing. Don't accuse me of lying. Don't whatever happened to innocent until proven guilty.
Thank you.
Let's say you were Mormon at some point. Lying's like rule number 1. Don't do it.
Yeah, lying's like sodomy in other religions.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's ridiculous.
And it just really confuses me because they're willing to take students who are nowhere near or who were barely in contact with somebody with COVID-19 and put them out for 2 weeks. However, when somebody was in direct contact and is informing the school that they were in direct contact, then they don't send them out.
That's ridiculous.
They don't do anything. You've just put a potential COVID-19 case into school, and I have to go because I'll be marked absent.
I'll talk to Ms. Holbrook about that.
I'm going in tomorrow, and I'm gonna raise some hell.
That's so weird. It's like that was not my experience at all with telling them like I tested positive. I need out here. No, I didn't go to Acres, so.
See, the thing is that I haven't gotten the test yet, which would solve a lot of issues right there. The thing is, I still don't want to be going to school when I'm a potentially positive case.
Yeah.
It takes how many days? It takes like 2 to 14 days to incubate.
I think
or something like that.
They've
lowered it to like 8
2
to
10.
Yeah.
No,
because
I'm talking about like just
quarantine period. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It takes
I'm
2
talking
to 14
about just
days.
the virus. Like it takes 2 to 14 days to incubate fully, or whatever.
You know, go through your system. You mean?
Yeah. Like you could be in contact with somebody 2 weeks prior and still start exhibiting symptoms.
Yeah.
2 weeks later.
It was 6 days for me. So yeah, it takes
6 days.
The CDC lowered it to 10 to 8 days, or 8 to 10 days.
Yeah, 8 to 10 days because quarantine for schools has gone down to 10 days. Because it was on my 8th day that I 7th day tested positive. Had to go another 10 days from that. That's how they're doing it.
So it kind of just dawned on me how long it's been since we've had a podcast, and especially since the three of us have had a podcast together.
Oh yeah.
We
haven't had a
podcast
podcast since December.
I came in halfway in on the third one, I think, and it was immediately. I can't even remember what it was about. Something I had no experience with. All I remember, and I was like, this is weird. I'm not going to do it again.
Oh, wasn't it Doki Doki Literature Club?
No.
We were probably talking about it with Ricky.
Oh yeah, because I think Ricky was starting that, and I was like, oh yeah, you got to get into it, because I'm a visual novel junkie. Like that's my crack. It's just really bad anime visual novels. So I hear about this one that's got some weird like shenanigans going on, and I'm sold immediately. So like, I went in as blind as possible and binged that game for maybe 12 hours. Haven't touched it since I played it that first day.
It was a good game.
It was a good game.
It was a good experience. It was a good experience.
Yeah.
I think I wouldn't have had the same experience if I had done it alone, but because I did it with Strick and Ricky, I think that ultimately made it so much better.
Yeah.
Even though our voice acting roles were terrible and we did it.
Oh, you voice acted?
Yeah,
man,
voice
acted. Who was Sue? I want to know who was Sue.
I was the main character.
Okay, so you were protagonist or were you Monica?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was protagonist. Yes.
I was Monica and like Natsuki or something like that.
Yeah, Natsuki.
You were Monica and Natsuki. He was the other two, and then we went down the. Did we go down Natsuki?
No, we went down Yuri.
We went down two.
I went down Yuri because she was that crazy art knife chick, and I was like,
yeah, she was hot.
What?
She was really hot.
She had big mommy milkers.
That's right.
Yeah, she had them big mommy milkers.
Milkers. Dog.
Yo, Balt.
There was that weird scene where her like those eyes went glowy, and then it pretended it never happened, and I just got.
Yo, Balti, this 4-day weekend, us three, we have to play it together.
So
we have to go down Natsuki's path.
I'm working the entirety of this.
No, you gotta take off. No, that's retarded.
I was about to say, I'm telling work tomorrow that I can go back in Sunday.
Actually, wait, that's not true. I don't work Friday. So.
We doing it Friday?
If y'all boys want to do it, Friday's the day to do it.
All right.
Okay, that's a bet.
It's so, I now have a class with Ricky for the first time since a long time.
I haven't had it since he dropped band. My last academic class was sophomore year with him.
See, I can't even remember the last class I had with Ricky. That's the thing. What was that? I don't know. It was a while ago.
Anyway, like, what's his thing?
I was just thinking about the situation that you two found yourself in.
Yeah.
And it really doesn't seem like there was any ill will on either part. It just seems like you guys grew apart.
Yeah.
And
Well, there was a massive shift. You know what I mean? There was a shift, and
there was a lot of growing really quickly.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened. Because Ricky, I still don't think Ricky's a bad person. I just think that he's a much different person than he was when you first met him, or when I first met him. Actually, I think he's actually more similar to when I first met him than he was when you first met him.
Yeah. I met him at his prime, probably.
You started being like close with him after me and him had stopped fucking with each other.
Yeah.
Because we were friends freshman, second semester freshman year, and then first semester sophomore year.
And I picked him up second semester sophomore year.
Yeah. And like I would see him in the halls and shit. You know, we were still like it's still my boy right there. Yeah, like.
Yeah.
I still want to see you eat, just not on my table. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
I have to pass up the urge to dap him up in the hallway.
Ricky?
Yeah.
You see, I used to dap everybody up. First semester of this year, I would dap No, it was second semester of junior year.
Right before we were unable to dap people up.
Yeah.
We still do it. Like
we still do it. We're not supposed
to.
to
Do it every day.
Oh yeah. Like, we have 4 handshakes. We're gonna abuse the shit out of all 4.
All right.
Yes. We don't always know the order going in, but we know we're gonna do all 4.
Yeah.
We figured it out some way through. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Most of them are stolen. Okay, 2 of them are stolen. The other 2 are from me and Strick.
Wait, hold up. Yeah, one's stolen from a thingy. One is a gang handshake.
One's gang.
One was originally me and Langston's handshakes, and we just completely diversified to everyone now.
What?
Yeah, me and Langston made up that handshake.
Wait, whoa. I've been doing that handshake since like 3rd grade.
Wait a second. I used to do a handshake with Langston. Could it be the same one?
Yeah, it's probably the same one. Because me and Langston made that up in 6th grade.
It's slap, fist up, fist down.
Yeah.
Fist bump in, dap up, pull out. Yeah.
Snap.
Wait, that was me and Langston's thing.
Yeah, no, me and Langston made that. Me and Langston created that.
I've been wow. I mean, it's pretty simple, so it doesn't surprise me that multiple people could come to that conclusion. That's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Slap, up, down, left, right, A, B, start, Konami code that.
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Gotta find the cheat code to get through all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, that
I remember like the time me and him made it too. I'm like, yo, let's make a handshake, and he's like, okay, and I'm
then
like,
y'all made the most basic handshake known to man.
yeah. Hey man, it's catchy. That's pretty cool. Like,
hey, if you want to do it, then like, if it's something you and your friend do, and it's like a you and them thing, it doesn't matter if another set of friends do it.
yeah. What matters is that it means something to you two.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter if it means anything to anybody else.
Like, okay, and then we have me and Max's handshake. That's solely to us. Like, we created that.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. That's
dude. We also made that in 7th grade.
We made that in 7th. No, we didn't. We made that in 8th grade.
No, we made it in 7th grade because we didn't have a class 8th grade. Oh no, yeah, we did.
Yes,
but we made
did.
it in 8th grade. Because I remember you sat directly beside me and we just dapped each other up.
The dream.
Oh, dude, middle school. That was that was a whack time.
Dude, it's so
Shutting down
much
that
was
conversation right now.
Dude,
Not talking about middle school.
no, we're talking about me and Max were talking about middle school, dude. Dude, that was such a weird time. Oh.
So me and I had the opportunity to talk to Aaron recently.
I'm sorry.
And, wow.
What?
I'm joking.
But-
I love Aaron.
I'm sorry. No.
And we were talking about how fake we were in 7th grade.
Who isn't?
Like, yeah, you're dealing with so much shit in 7th grade, and yeah, it feels like some bullshit right now. But I remember going through it. I remember how much it sucked.
That's not to say. In my life, there's pre-7th grade and post-7th grade.
That's
And
what
then
I'm
there's
saying.
a small
That's a
section
fact.
called 7th grade, and that's the part I try to forget.
Look, 8th grade wasn't that bad.
8th grade was actually pretty good for me, I think.
Yeah, I enjoyed 8th grade for the most part.
I hated it.
Most.
With
I liked Mr. Seabass. I liked Mr. Goff, even though every single girl in our fucking class wanted to fuck his ass.
I've known Goff since 2nd grade because he was one of my teachers in 2nd grade,
Yeah.
one of my teachers in
Ah,
4th
you're-
grade, and then my
you're-
teacher.
I've also known Mr. Goff since 4th grade.
You're one of
In-
those bitches.
I mean,
The ones that
were they
had-
necessarily wrong?
Look, here's the thing though. No gay shit. Mr. Goff is probably the most attractive teacher I've ever seen.
Oh, 100%.
Oh
not
yeah.
even I'm like not even male teacher.
No, male teacher. No, I've seen some really attractive female teachers.
No, that's not.
Well, the thing is that
Miss
you don't get like an average-looking male teacher. They're either really ugly or really attractive.
really hot. Okay.
And granted, that's coming from a guy who has a little more insight into that kind of stuff than you do, I guess. So like, it's either really ugly or really hot.
So you got your Mr. Burge on one hand, and then you got your Mr. Goff on the other.
Exactly.
Facts.
Damn. There is no average looking male teachers.
No, you're always gonna get some unique characters every time.
Actually, that's not true because we have some just average looking fellas at the high school.
Yeah, we do, but they always have like spectacular personalities.
Yeah, but those are the ones that don't matter to me. I've never had one of their classes.
You've never had like Hall's class, or are you saying Hall's on one side or the other?
First of all, Mr. Hall, one of the most attractive, easily the most attractive teacher at BHS.
King, bro, king.
Absolutely
king right there.
I would wife him up in a minute.
I should have taken AP Physics with him, but I didn't. I wanted to do something.
I wish I had taken AP Physics, man. Except I took honors, and he was very disappointed in me because he wanted me to have taken AP Physics.
AP Physics was lit, dude.
Did you have a first or second semester?
Second.
Oh, it was an all semester thing this year. I was going to do it this year, but
that didn't happen.
But no, like, yeah, I think he's the only teacher I actually like paid attention to out when we were quarantined. And I didn't have his class that semester, but his videos were just so entertaining for some reason.
Look, he cares about the subject that he teaches, and you can tell that whenever he teaches.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything that he does, it's just so.
And I think that's why he's just so attractive.
He's so attractive because of how much he loves his work.
Exactly, man. Like if you told me he never had like a family and he was married to the job, I would have believed it.
Look, I mean, like I can also believe that he has a family because I'd be mad if nobody had wifed that up.
Exactly. I think I'd have to fill in the gap or something.
Like, look, first of all, if Mr. Hall went through a divorce, he'd have to crawl through like 700 high school students to try to find a new mate. You'd have me at the front of the line, obviously. I'm not even gay. Not gay at all.
Not even gay.
But Mr. Hall. And then you've got, but like female teachers, you've got a very wide spectrum.
I was about to say there are definitely average looking teachers, and then there's some that are on the more attractive end.
Yeah, and you've got athletic. You've got
librarians.
You've got librarians.
Dude, Miss Holbrook is such a librarian. Oh my god.
Miss Holbrook. I like Miss Holbrook.
So do I.
Like
I feel like she's disappointed in me.
You see, I feel like
I say that with every teacher, so
just because you say that with every teacher. You said that about Miss Kaysen too, but that's because it was true.
Well, that's because she,
Well,
I don't care. I've heard about the stories about what she's done in high school. I don't want to hear it from her.
Wait, what has she done in high school? Hold up. I hear some tea.
Yeah, I hear some
tea. God, nothing that I can remember, but she was a majorette that was a year or two younger than my mom, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she went to school with my mom, was in the same section. And majorettes, outside of being just the hottest part of a band, I've discovered, not relevant. I just want to add that, like, if either of you know a majorette at a different school that's, like, going to lower their standards a little, please let me know. But nah.
So, I never wanted to say it out loud in front of them, but can we talk about what color guard really is?
Retarded.
It's just the kids who didn't
failed cheerleaders, less cool.
Yeah. It's literally.
Oh no, because like that's what Verge does. Verge makes sure that color guard auditions are the exact same days as cheer auditions, so he doesn't get reject cheerleaders. Instead, we get cheerleaders who never thought they had a chance.
Yeah.
That's a fact. That is such a fact.
And like the thing is, like I've gone to I love you guys' concerts, but I genuinely hate the fucking color guard segment.
Yes, they ruin it, dude.
They're not very good either.
No, they
no
suck.
Offense.
No, I
no
say
offense, but
it's always like some they always do it to some music that was a hit a summer ago.
It's always late. It's
always like old enough so it's not on the charts, but new enough that it's still annoying.
Yeah, exactly. Like I just heard this shit. Even if I didn't hear it last week, I still heard this shit 600 times last summer.
Let's see. Now, if they went on to, I'm sexy and I know it, maybe then I'd say something else. Because I'd watch a routine on that song.
Yes, 100. Like that's funny. That's funny. That's a funny
if
song.
it's funny, like.
Look, if you put on "I Like 'Em Big and Chunky," that would have been.
Oh my god, that's perfect. That'd be perfect because they're big and chunky.
Some of them just really thought that they didn't have a chance with cheerleading. Now, some of them are talented. I've seen a couple of them, but
but their teammates suck.
Maybe 4.
You can always see
the
the
top
girls
of my
who
head.
didn't
Maybe
do
4.
practice.
Like I can think of most of the senior girls. The senior girls that are in there are pretty much have been in there since freshman year. And outside of one of them who's really bitchy, the other ones.
All of them?
Would that be the one that has Daddy's Girl on the back of the truck?
Daddy's spoiled brat on the back of the truck.
Brat
She's on the color guard?
Yeah, she's been in color guard since 8th grade. She's the only person that's been in the 8th grade Band-Aid program that's been in it for color guard.
What on earth? That's disgusting.
He's the head captain. She is like head of...
That may be why I have so much resentment.
She gives head all the time to her cousins.
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's just annoying.
She's a cunt.
And then we have the other chick.
She's a cunt.
Who shares a name with her, and she's just crazy, apparently, according to the shit that Langston said.
Oh, you're talking about Langston.
Yeah.
The one that keyed his tire.
Yeah. What the
one that,
fuck?
without a doubt, keyed his tires.
What the fuck happened there?
I have absolutely no idea.
Ethan went out to the Ethan. God, so used to bragging on him. Langston went to his car basically end of sophomore year, right around the first time they broke up. I think. I know they got back together, or maybe it was after the second one because she keyed it. Either way, his tires were slashed. Of course, everyone said, "Oh, it's Haley because she's being a crazy ex," but she wasn't at school. I think that's bullshit. Did it?
Oh, is this some bad tea that was spilt?
She is insane. From what I hear, I don't really interact with her. When I do, it's that fake politeness.
Yeah, no, she's so fake.
Oh no, she's never been fake polite to me. Ooh, she pulls all the stops with me. She's just a bitch.
I just try not to interact with people that I know have bad history with people that I care about.
Yeah.
Because nothing's gained out of that outside.
Yeah. Like, yeah. I mean, you want to give me your notes?
Yeah.
Sure. Bet.
Like, I cheated off of her on our World History final, and I ended up passing with like a 97, and she failed with a 60. Me, Langston, her, and Maya were all cheating off each other at the table, and I think I was the only one that passed with anything above a C.
So, the superlatives were kind of whack this year.
They were stupid.
Because they let us vote for them, and all of us, I guess, thought someone else was going to put the basics in, but... Oh, shit! I gotta send in photos for superlatives. Thanks for reminding me.
What did you do?
I know that was due on the 29th of January, but, I haven't been in school, so I think I get a little pass. I got most likely to star in a reality TV show alongside Summer Williams.
She's actually become less of a cunt.
Really?
I can tolerate her now, yeah. Somewhat.
I mean, she's been annoying, but past 6th grade, when I was bullied a lot, she was fine with me, and I was fine with her. But, I mean, good to know that she's gotten more tame.
Yeah.
Like I said, middle school's a hard year for everybody. A hard couple of years for everybody. So don't put it past people,
Mm-hmm.
Like there were some real nasty bitches. I still have somewhat of a grudge on people, even though I don't put it past people. There's still some people that there's like a tiny stain that it's just like
Yeah, I have a lot of people like that.
Like Skiles. Skiles, for example. Skiles bullied me relentlessly in 6th grade, and I knew him beforehand from football too. So like, during AP Micro,
Well, he's just an asshole in general. So like,
yeah, I was about to say, but I figured he and I were cool because we didn't really interact for 4 years. I mean, we sat next to each other. It was me, Max, and then Skiles in that row.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to jokingly refer to myself in the Hinster as a third person because it's a bit. I thought it was funny.
mm-hmm.
And he'd say it sometimes, and I never could tell if he was still bullying me or not. Like that's that.
No, he was 100% making fun of you.
Yeah, that's fair. That's what I figured.
He just really likes talking about drugs.
Does he really?
Yeah, all the time. I can't tell if this is a bit or not. Are you serious? Have you not heard him speaking about drugs 24/7?
I haven't.
Because again, I don't interact with them. I don't interact with people I don't want to. It's just that easy for me. I know enough people that I can replace them with someone who does the exact same function in my life but likes me.
The only thing that me and Skiles have in common is that we both do drugs. That is it. And he constantly talks to me. He doesn't want anything from me. He just wants to talk to me. And I'm like, I ain't like that with Skiles. I don't want to be like that with Skiles.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe Zane. Like Zane's the only one of that group that I somewhat like.
Yeah.
Adam's not that bad.
Adam aggravates me. Just his mere existence. And
he aggravates me too.
I have Holbrook with him, Andy, and Paxton. So like.
But you also got some of the boys in there.
I got Gavin and I got Alex Samudio, and that's really all I need. And Kyle. How could I forget about Kyle?
Kyle Rayberg.
Riley K-Bar.
Yeah, Riley K-Bar.
I thought you were about to say Teston for a second. And I was about to say, hold up.
You gotta mess up his name as much as physically possible.
Kelly Rebai.
Speaks a different language.
That was funnier in my head.
I felt that pain right there, buddy.
Yeah.
Dude, I say that on the daily, man. I mean, granted, I have an audience of about 3 people and a dog nowadays, but I'd say something and I'd laugh, and if I'm in a group and no one else laughs, I immediately try to, cover it with, well, it was funny in my head.
Well, it was funny to me. Jesus.
Or it's okay, you can laugh, because I feel like, sometimes people just need to have that opportunity to laugh at something.
Oh, yeah. I kind of just do the Alonzo approach where if I say something that's really stupid, I just, let it go. I'm like, okay, well, that didn't hit. It's okay.
What are you talking about? Everything Alonzo says hits. I legitimately think he's the funniest guy I know.
Genuinely, unironically, the funniest person I know.
Everything he says hits for me. I don't know what you mean in case it doesn't hit.
No, because last year we had lunch together. It was really cool. And some of it would hit, but most of the time it didn't hit for me. And he was always trying to make me laugh because he's like, if I
guess you're the guy he tries it out on. So when he comes to me and Max and we just talk,
yeah, he's like, okay, this hits true.
You're the focus group for me. Oh.
But Alonzo,
But he is genuinely hilarious.
He's just the funniest dude I've met.
He's one of my favorite people to hang out with. Y'all,
he seems
Alonzo,
like he just makes everything a good time.
Langston, my boys, just all of my boys. But Alonzo is just shit. Sorry, I was just thinking about something. Yeah, he's just. Yeah, I'm always thinking about Alonzo.
Just bust out laughing in the class.
I have the biggest crush on him. In case you didn't know,
he is the cutest boy in school.
He is
he walks
cutest
with
couple
so
that
much
never
swag
was
too.
Me and him.
The Hinster and Sanchez.
Sanchez.
Joshua Sanchez, that would be so cute.
I'm gonna say that to him tomorrow.
Please, because the thing is that between me and him, most of our relationship is founded, like with most relationships I have, on me having on this kind of, joke flirtation stuff, like you do with the boys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's the boys. It's
just
not a
grab
joke.
each other's ass.
But,
Inspect their nuts.
In between starting that and,
Twiddle with their booty cheek hairs.
being who I am now, I feel bad. I got high with him once. Me and him have done drugs one time, and it was eating edibles, gummy worm edibles that were given us by Ray Krimmel.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I know. And
That's my boy.
I had a whole gummy worm because I don't know. I just said, you know what, screw it. And I only did it because Alonzo got half one, and for some reason that was the trigger saying, you know what, maybe it can't be that bad. And let me tell you, I was with Bailey Williamson, who's just, the guy you want to be around when you're high, I guess, because he's just fun to be around high. And me, him, and a couple of others. And I feel bad for Alonzo because I was here like giggly as fuck. Like I could not stop laughing. Like someone called Bailey Mickey Mouse, and I almost passed out of not being able to breathe. Like it was the funniest thing I heard. And Alonzo's just sitting there, stone, like dead-eyed, watching Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And I feel so bad because he just has this like stone cold expression on his face watching it, and I feel like he's trying to babysit us, but nah, he's as high as we are. He's just
watching Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, and my entire time I'm trying to get him to loosen up and
No.
God.
When you see somebody going down that, unless they start like looking real rough, you just let them go down it. You just let them go down whatever path they want to.
Hey Max, me, you, and Balti, and like I don't know, Alonzo or whoever.
the fourth guy we keep talking about but not bringing.
Yeah. We should do edibles at one of y'all's houses.
Oh, not mine.
Yo, Max.
I mean, if you guys want to, I really don't mind.
He's like, I really don't mind. Yeah.
Shit, you know me.
If you ask Alonzo and he asks how you know this, just.
Well, I mean, I'll ask him.
I was about to say, Alonzo is arguably my deciding factor in this one.
A little bit, yeah.
Like if he says yes, I mean, bet we can make it happen.
Yeah. Just a hint. I want a taste. You know what I mean? Because I haven't done that.
I've done it once. It's arguably one of the better ways to go in. I think it's the only way I'll do it. Like I'm not big on drugs. Like still, the idea irks me still for some reason.
I mean, it does for me too, but for a completely different reason from you.
Mine is just because I'm vanilla, as fuck. Like I've never drank before, I've never smoked before, and I never did drugs until that one time I took an edible. I don't think I could do it by myself. Like I think it'd have to be in a situation where there were other people there to make it entertaining.
Yeah. That's
like the idea of just getting high by myself seems so boring.
Yeah.
See, for me.
Sorry, yeah. Let's ask the resident drug addict here.
Bro.
Yes. That's me. Chronic heroin user. No, but like whenever I get high, it makes boring things exciting. Like playing, like, okay. One of the only ways that I was able to make progress on my Minecraft worlds was getting high and mining, because that's the only way I could do it. It was so boring any way else.
You saying it acted like an Adderall?
No, it didn't make me focus.
Oh, I was about to say, I need focus.
It just made me enjoy the process. Enjoy the process of mining, But that's for me. I know that's not for everybody. For most, not want to say for most people, but for a lot of people, it's a very anxiety-inducing thing, and it's a very
So there are some people that like I can see it and be like, you know what? These people would be like paranoid if I got them high.
Exactly.
And there are some people like, I want to get high because they're paranoid, Like.
So, Mr. Clark, I'll tell you, Mr. Clark is the worst when it comes to that.
He's always 2 steps away from wearing a tinfoil hat anyway.
He's so paranoid. And he's so loud, so he has reason to be paranoid. The worst thing that you can do when you're paranoid is give yourself a reason to be paranoid. Like, we were at the campsite, and I was doing something. We were doing something with Avery. Smoking weed.
Yeah, the only thing you do with Avery, the only thing or Minecraft want to do with Avery.
Let me tell you, I don't know how I feel about Avery becoming a stoner boy. I don't like it. But at the same time, like,
I'd like it. It's not the only thing. Like,
yeah, I'd like it if it was just a small part of his personality.
I love Avery as a friend, but he has this ability to, take a certain personality trait and just hyperfixate on that.
He just makes it him.
Yeah. Because,
Trump lost, so now he's a stoner. Like,
I mean, I'm willing to take that exchange, but,
I was like, yeah.
I can live with that, but, like, I told him to get more hobbies. I didn't mean just a hobby.
Like, the thing, what I don't like about people that act the way that Avery do, and I did it too. Whenever you first start smoking weed, when you have a personality like that, that's all that you can think about. That's all that you can talk about. That's it. That's the extent of your mind.
I'm telling you, I don't think I could ever, because
no, never.
I think I could do brownies and gummies.
Yeah, hook me up with some gummy worms, maybe. But like anything else, no.
Look, I understand. Like, if you guys were to do it, it would have to be in a social setting.
But yeah, like, I mean, you know me, I'm a social person anyway. I think any experience deserves to have other people there. I mean, at the same time, I'm also like, leave me alone. I'm a reclusive shut-in. But, at heart, I'm a...
But everybody deserves to have those reclusive shut-in moments. So...
Exactly. So, like, if I want to share my reclusive shut-in moments with the world, and let me do it.
If I choose to share my reclusive shut-in moments with you, you really matter to me.
Exactly. Like, you think I was just going to hop on any old podcast that goes out to... 0.5 people.
You gotta add the half.
We almost got one listener. Almost got one.
But then he's just like, oh no, forget this.
That half's when my brother walked by the door and it cracked a little.
2.5 hours of high school rambling? Hell yes.
Sign me up, dude.
I was about to say,
100%. Also, I'm fully aware that the only people that are going to be watching this, we're going to have 3 viewers, and it's us in the future.
Yeah.
Shout out to my buddy.
Like, why did I say that? Hey, future Josh, do your fucking homework.
No, I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna laugh at my jokes that no one else laughed at. That's what I'm gonna do. Because that's what I do every single time I edit this. I'll make the most fire thing, nobody will laugh, and I'm just over there dying.
Hey, if you're gonna edit this, can you add in my womp-woms that happened around like the 10-minute mark?
Okay, I'm probably not gonna edit this. I'm probably not gonna edit this just so I don't have to do that.
Can you just find a sound effect that is clearly not what he's talking about?
Alonzo could be the editor. You've seen Alonzo's
No, not Alonzo.
You've seen the Kong versus Godzilla.
I don't want to. No.
It's beautiful.
No,
Again,
raw
he's
clips.
Just the funniest guy I know.
Raw.
Alonzo's just gonna edit it, and we're just talking about getting him high the entire time.
Raw clips, dude. Raw.
Alonzo looked the entire time.
That's the thing. The thing is that I'm pretty sure if he smoked weed, there would be no difference.
You wouldn't tell.
Like he would just be Alonzo.
And that's what I love about.
I like people like Alonzo. Like, you shouldn't be a different.
The world needs more Alonzos.
Exactly. But at the same time, it also needs less Alonzos.
Like I think 3 more Alonzos spread out amongst the world would be the perfect number. Like, I like having this special little, like, human being that I can just be friends with.
Exactly. Like,
Joe.
And the thing is, he's insanely intelligent.
He is. He just doesn't apply it.
Incredibly smart, but failed band with a 36. So
refuses to read, which I get. I just think, man,
like I get no, like
There's so
he'll
many-
read. He'll just read the shit that he wants to read, which I think is the best way to read.
no, I think that's the best way to read. It's just none of that's the stuff I read, so it's not like I can talk.
Exactly. Like, yeah. So that actually so support groups, right? I used to.
I was wondering where this was going.
I used to not understand them at all.
Right.
But now I get it because it's like people who go through the same experiences, or not, obviously not the exact same,
But
But
similar
they-
enough that they're able to empathize,
They-
help, support.
And if you're a cocky bastard who thinks that your problems are better than everyone else, sitting around and listening to other people who are going through the same shit can really put things in perspective.
It's not to say I hate when people say, people suffer problems I do. I suffer my own damn problems,
Thank
alright?
you, dude.
Look, it just annoys me when people say that they understand. Like, you understand, but you understand in your way of understanding.
Like,
You don't understand what I'm going through
Yeah.
in a way.
I think,
I typed no.
I think, like, I get that whole cocky, my problems are my problems. I don't, want to relate to anyone else. But I think on my end, it's just what I go through just sometimes isn't great. The fact that there are other people that do just makes it worse. Because, like, that means other people deal with the same stuff I do. And that just isn't.
It doesn't sit right with me.
I want to help the world, man.
I want the world to be a better place, but the thing is that what is better? Like, we've all got our own definitions of better, but there is no such thing as better. There's only different.
I think happy is a good place to start.
Yeah.
Happiness is fleeting, though.
Happiness is fleeting, but it's
'Cause
those
it's an emotion.
fleeting moments you enjoy.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's the fleeting moments that you
Fleeting that gives it meaning, man.
But at the same time, like some of the most meaningful moments in my life have been the moments where I've been at my worst. Like,
No,
So Doki
I
Doki Literature Club put
understand.
me in
Like,
like
I-
a
like,
perpetual
I know-
state of
I know you
depression.
know what I'm talking about. Sorry, what was that strip?
Doki Doki Literature Club put me in a state of perpetual depression.
Oh, I was already in that.
what a way to, like, round that into a circle. Nope.
That's what we in the biz like to call a callback.
That's
An
how long
illusion,
it's
if
for,
you will.
Doki Doki Club Sesh. I want to see him be the main girl.
Who?
Can we just
Alonzo.
hire Alonzo to play every single character
Yes.
in the same voice?
Yes.
Just Alonzo's voice.
Have Alonzo be.
Can-
No,
Honestly, if
probably
Alonzo was one of the girls, like actually just Alonzo, like
Just
took Yuri
Alonzo.
out and put Alonzo.
It's not even in the art style. It's just a photo of Alonzo.
It's just a photo of Alonzo. Well, I mean, the art style of the game is
Is Alonzo.
glitched and demented. So
Alonzo
Like
can't be-
Alonzo.
Oh man.
I had an after trip.
I was never asked what was on my mind. I feel like as your guest star, I should be asked first what's on my
What do you-
mind
what do you-
today.
what-
Okay,
what-
Balti,
first
what's
of all,
on
Balti,
your mind?
I would like to.
Pardon?
What's on your mind?
And then you know what's on my mind now? Y'all didn't even ask what was on my mind to begin with. I just feel like that's a little rude. I thought I was the guest star.
Well, we kind of got stuck up on Max's mind, so now we're
thanks,
past
Max.
that.
You were talking about COVID
I'm
and
sorry.
stuff and took away from my feelings.
Okay, so
I
that
don't
that
even remember what it
conversation
is now.
that conversation is done. So Balti, how have you been? What's on your mind?
That was whole Max segment.
Yeah.
Man.
I got a 30-second segment. Max got a 45-minute segment. Balti, let's go.
All right. What isn't on
Speak.
my mind? You know, I'm trying. You know, trying to decide what stuff's good and what stuff's just personal to talk about. Like, how do I balance that? You know, like,
You just talk
how do
about
I?
the personal stuff.
And I just for
Don't
the
worry, no one's gonna
longest,
watch it.
yeah. No one's watching
No one's
this.
watching it.
It's just us
Honestly,
and 10 years.
I think I've been doing a little bit better than I have been, like in a long time. Like for most of this year, I honestly couldn't see past graduation. Like I could not tell you what the plan was. And usually I'm okay with that. Like I'm a big guy on just letting chips fall where they may and improvising and adapting. But like when I say I could not envision anything past graduation, I was like out of it. Like
Yeah.
I couldn't see like living past graduation. I don't mean like, you know, I'm gonna make, you know, do something stupid like that, but like I didn't know what to expect or even what to, you know, think. And for the first time in a while, after I finish everything, just have a moment to breathe and think. It's like I applied to college. I lied about applying to college's first semester, and I'm gonna have to face those consequences eventually too. But like, I finally got into one college, and that's a big deal for me. I couldn't see that for like most of my high school career,
Hmm.
and like, you know, I'm just, you know, it's like this like storm that was covering up everything past May of this year. Or like you know how in Doctor Strange, where the ancient one, you know, Tilda Swinton
Yeah.
has
Yeah.
that part where she's dying, and it's like you know, every timeline I've seen, there's nothing
Mhm.
that goes past this, and that's how she knew she was dying and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it was kind of like that. Like no matter what way I looked at it or spun things or how anything went, I just couldn't get past that moment. But now I can do that. Now I can, you know,
Yeah. I got. Yeah, I
see
got you.
myself having a future.
Mhm. That's
I
good.
just,
I'm
I
happy.
think that's just something I need to tell someone else. Like, I can't tell my family because it's like, so mom, you know that you know, right, where scholarship opportunity I could have had. Well, I blew it because I was depressed and my meds weren't working, and I just didn't have the heart to tell you because that's what I've been doing for the past 17 years. So you know, it was like I just needed to tell that someone.
I'm proud. I'm proud of you, Balti. You've done good.
Doing it.
You're doing good.
I think.
So, how is what's having COVID like?
Well, I thought it was a sinus infection at first. My family did. I knew it was COVID immediately because let me give you the timeline here. So, January 29th, it's that Friday before the one act team's supposed to have reading. You know, unfortunately, I'm a trauma kid, so I got. Sorry, guys. But, so we're doing one last practice the night before, so we're ready, right?
Mhm.
So we just got off of working for like 6 hours straight in rehearsals, and we sat down and we were watching a movie as like a group, just you know, relax and just
Yeah.
you know, as you do. Uh, and we had one kid who left school Wednesday because he wasn't feeling well, and we had heard rumors that he was getting tested. So of course, there's that kind of like wave of fear
Mhm.
that's starting to disperse. And halfway through the movie, we're watching Robin Hood Men in Tights, which is just a great film. Uh, you know, drama teacher Bryson comes in and basically says, "So I know you already know, but the kid has COVID," and that took out everybody. Like everyone in that cast quarantined for 10 days.
Wow.
And when I tell you that it would taken like a month worth of mopping just to get rid of all the tears that those senior girls bad, you know,
Yeah.
because we actually had a show this year, and this was the year we thought we were going to finally beat GA, because, you know, we never do that. So we were all pumped, and finally, you know, kind of was like, you know, we got this. We were in our, you know, peak momentum. That train was going,
Mm-hmm.
and some snotty little sophomore kind of ruined that all for us.
What
But,
a
you know,
cunt.
yeah,
Who was it again? It was Tim.
him.
Fucking Tim.
Wait, Tim.
Last name starts with a B. Glasses. A. Not that, you know.
No, that definitely matters.
Yeah.
It matters. No.
It matters in like.
It matters in
multiple-
identification.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
does.
matters in identification.
It
Not
also
like
matters in other things.
Yeah.
Like if they're gay or not.
Yeah, like what are
Yeah,
like if they're a faggot, you know, can't be having that.
No, but. Anyways, yeah, blah blah blah. Wednesday, I wake up with like a really sore throat, and I'm like, well, you know, oh shit, sore throat. Guess I'm not gonna be chugging cokes anymore. But
Can't inhale
Wednesday or
crack or
Thursday,
not.
yeah. It's Wednesday. I wake up with a sore throat, kind of say, shrug it off. I start to get like headaches and drowsiness later into the night. Blah blah blah. You know, your standard sinus infection stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sore throat, scratchy throat, sinuses are all blocky and stuff. Which I've been having sinus problems since January of 2020.
Yeah.
But so we're going to urgent care to get antibiotics for that because it sucked and I hated having like. I had the option to take a COVID test. Said, well, you know, since we got out on COVID, might as well test it. Turns out it was the rapid test, which like I didn't even know we signed on for, and I don't think we had to pay the $100 to take it. But when I say rapid, it was like 30 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, they're like 15-minute tests right there.
Yeah, which freaked me out. Anyways, yeah. And the way the doctor at the urgent care, you know, the one that used to be a gas station, kind of phrased it too. They were talking about, you know, my dad's getting emotional, you know, like, oh yeah, you know, and it's like, well, yeah, he just recently got quarantined for, you know, kid in his class had COVID, and the doctor was like, well, you'll never believe it, but, and then gave me the paper that said positive. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Man,
Wow.
my brother, who just went back to school, my brother got quarantined the start of the week on Monday. Loved being in quarantine because that means he didn't do his schoolwork, failing all his classes.
Of course, that's why.
But that Thursday that I got tested and positive, he went back, hated it. 'Cause I was supposed to drive him to school, but I felt like a wreck, so I couldn't. We tell him, and honestly, we could like. My mom went to pick him up because, you know, she had to leave her job too. And when I tell you, he had probably one of the biggest shitty reds I've ever seen. Well, I didn't see it, but, you know, I was told to have seen. Either way, Friday got COVID, or not got COVID, had it. And really, it's just like it affects everyone differently, you know, like different strokes, different folks. But for me, it was a sinus infection. And then some, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't experience a loss of taste or smell. My taste was a little funky, but it wasn't complete.
Yeah.
And I haven't been able to properly smell since, you know, January, February of last year. For some reason, my nose
just kind of died.
Yeah, won't swell back down. I was talking for like 10 minutes with the timeline before I realized the question is, what is COVID like? There it is in one sentence. It, like, for me, it was a sinus headache, but worse.
It was a
a sinusitis mixed with a bit of gay. A gay sinusitis.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, you did get it from Tim.
Yeah.
To be fair.
And I mean, it did impact Ethan and me much worse than everyone else. And I mean, you know,
Ray,
Ethan and me have been fucking on the side, so.
Ray got lucky and he just tested negative.
About to say, Ray and the techies tested negative.
That's surprising, though.
Yeah, I'm surprised Ray just not gonna.
Speaking
I'll work
of,
with her
like,
now.
Oh yeah, you guys work together. What's up?
oh yeah. Well,
It's-
y'all know Blake and Jake,
Blake and Jake, I'm afraid I don't.
the Buhas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the ones in our,
twins.
the one kid in our class.
Yeah, the twins.
The one who I thought was only
Yeah, that's
one
what-
kid,
yeah.
but turned out to be 2 kids.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I have one class with him, and then I have another class with his brother, and they both sit directly in front of me, and they just tested positive,
And you didn't get.
and I didn't get quarantined.
See, I had
Even though-
Let's go.
Last semester I had 2 classes with each of them, and I just didn't tell. I couldn't. They were different.
I mean, it also helps out on him second grade, so.
Yeah, I didn't realize they were seniors, man.
But one's supposed to be, but it's not. So.
Okay, yeah, I was wondering what the difference there was.
Didn't Clayton also get it?
Clayton? I have no idea. I think so.
I'm pretty because he got put out for quarantine too. I think that was just regular quarantine though.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was a positive case
Yeah, I don't know.
there.
But yeah, hopefully I don't get quarantined. I don't want to get quarantined. Like, no.
I don't know. Oh man, it's a pretty
On
good
one
break
hand-
from school. I ain't gonna catch.
Yeah, I was about to say, my quarantine came right after I had like a month straight with no days off, so I appreciate the start of it, but being quarantined for another week kind of sucked.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't been quarantined yet.
Wait, are you still quarantined for another week?
I'm quarantined until Tuesday, the Tuesday that comes back from that 4-day weekend. So basically,
Okay.
half of the month would have been spent in my room.
God damn.
Well, you should go out and party, while you have it. Cough on some windows, cough on some glasses, cough on some doors.
Cough on me.
Alonzo got so mad when he realized that, like, me, Ethan, Ray, and a couple of the others got out for it, because Alonzo's has almost been trying, because I got out, Ethan got out, his girl that he's been talking to has got it, and was sent out.
Wow.
Girl, and y'all seen anybody?
I'm talking to somebody.
I was about to ask you. That's what I'm trying to segue into. Is
I'm
it who I
talking-
think it might
It
be?
is
Is
exactly
it
who you
who I
think
think
it
it is?
It's exactly who both of y'all think it is.
Oh my god, that would be beautiful. I would love that.
Yes, dude. My
Oh,
drought
yeah.
of 2 years is over.
Hey, I'm proud for you. I was
Yeah.
hung up on that one for 3 years. I finally got over it. So I mean, more power to you. I don't.
Look,
Is she still dating that junior kid?
No,
I didn't want to
no,
ask because like
no.
we're friends,
They broke
but
up
it's
in
also
November.
like uncomfortable friends because
Yeah.
it's because
you know,
it's her. Like
what
I
I-
wouldn't ask.
Well, it's
her.
not just because it's her. It's because of my history that makes it weird for me to ask anything of that sort.
Yeah, no. They broke up in November.
I figured.
He broke up with her, so it's better.
Yeah, I knew Alex Orange. Fuck him anyways.
I've known him since 6th grade, 5th grade.
Me too. Fuck him.
He used to be a little something else. He's pretty cool now. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
And like when I say it's still an uncomfortable talk between me and her, like she didn't tell me. Like not that she's entitled to tell me, but like no one told me. Even the people that I know that both of us are good friends with, that would have told me something like that.
Really, y'all had no idea. Y'all didn't. Nobody told you.
No one told me that she was dating him.
Really, dude, I cannot see them dating. Like physically, I cannot see.
I
them.
couldn't either, which I think is why people told me. I think people thought I was still hung up on her.
Oh, for
But
sure.
like, yeah, I mean, it's understandable because that was a big deal up until like second semester of junior year. But we're more mature than that. I mean, go for it. I say, I can see you two together a million times more than I can see, her and Lawrence or her and me or her and anyone else really. Y'all two,
honestly,
like I see you walking her to her car and I'm like, yep, I figured. And I'm like, but I can see it. Like,
I can see it. I can see it.
perfectly. I
Well,
say
I'm
go
glad
for
you-
it.
Like that
Yeah.
kind of goes together very well.
Yeah.
Like of the two people in high school that I would say that would have gotten together in our senior
That aren't
class,
me and
you two
Alonzo.
would definitely be on the top of the
Yeah,
list.
like,
There aren't
you know, let's
there
say like
aren't any
me.
of us in Alonzo.
Yeah, like Alonzo would anybody
And Alonzo,
or
yeah.
Abby. Because
Look, the
Alonzo
thing
got the
is-
paragraph back in 7th grade, and
Okay, now that's some tea. I gotta know the backstory on her because I didn't go to middle school with her. So like, spill.
I mean, I didn't either, but
Oh, okay. But I mean, you've known her for a lot longer than I have.
jeez, we are not getting into my story with her though. You don't want to hear it. I don't want to tell it, and we do not have enough time.
Could I get like the rundown, the TLDR, if you will?
Okay.
No, if you're comfortable with it.
Yeah. No, I'm comfortable because I've told plenty of people at this point. She knows that I know it. We've grown up. We've grown on. You know, it's not like it's a big deal. It's just not something I bog people down with if they don't want to know.
Mm-hmm.
They don't need. But I was a jerk. Really, is I guess the TODR treatment of that was I was a jerk who couldn't properly express emotions, and that happened.
But like, what happened? Like, were y'all both into each other, or was it like one-sided, or?
So we met once before we became friends. Josh Anderson took me to his youth group, which is led by my next door neighbor. Irrelevant. I just want to mention that.
Yeah, yeah.
And like, you know, I went in there and she's playing piano, and there was kind of that kind of like, not like attraction at first sight, but there was like a little like foreshadowing voice in my brain that
Yeah.
said, yeah, you know, that kind of stuff. It was kind of like a click, and I'm like, oh, she's cute. If I see her again, I'll talk to her. Well, I did freshman year, and we were really close freshman year and up until October of sophomore. No, that's really important. Until October 15th, 2019, which was during GTC, which is another theater competition, and I was a sophomore, and I had some like I was a prick. I was a prick, is what I was.
What'd you do, or what happened?
Well, the theater program and I have a complicated backstory too, but I definitely, my grandmother was, you know, not doing well, and she died the day after, which,
Oh shit!
yeah. Uh,
Like that's
so I was already like not good because I knew that, you know, my grandmother was not good,
yeah.
and I was kind of, I didn't feel like I was being treated, you know, fairly at all in the program, and I mean, I don't think I was, but I'm again, you know, looking back with bias. But
Yeah.
it got to a point where I got left behind 3 times. Once in a target, once in a bathroom at the competition, and then the third time hung back when she went to grab something, and everyone else left us. And I was pissed about that. And I
As
had like a
usual.
really angry big vent that she took full force because
Oh, dang!
and it just fucked things up for a year, just
Wow.
between us.
Wow. Sorry to
And
hear that.
eventually, you know, I was like, "Look, can we talk about what that?" And there was a mature conversation. Blah 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 blah. Sorry about that. Moved on. I didn't. Uh, we confirmed there was some, you know, mutual attraction at some point, but
Wow.
it's all complicated.
Yeah,
Essentially, I was
that
acting like a jerk. She was being herself about it. So, you know, and it was really awkward, especially because we were in so many, you know, social circles together.
yeah.
So, and we talked about it, we hashed it out, and it was still awkward. I moved on, got a girlfriend, realized that didn't move on, was unhappy in that relationship, whole different story, you know, back and forth of just pain and agony for me. And last summer, something just kind of happened. It was like, what am I still doing being caught on to this friendship that I took for granted, lost, and somehow got back, and I'm still hung up over, the past of it,
Yeah.
right? And I can't say it's been perfect. It wasn't what we had freshman year, but it's definitely not what we had sophomore year. Grant, there was a small argument we had recently the first time I was in quarantine, but that was over a completely different matter
Ah.
of just fundamental belief.
Okay.
And that kind of sealed it for me a couple weeks ago. I was like, she's a great person and a great friend, but this wouldn't have worked out.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you definitely got to have those realizations.
Yeah. The fact that I had to go through enough shit to realize that first was,
Yeah, that's just bad.
Yeah.
Well, she's a complicated, She's a complicated girl. So. Yeah.
Well, something I can definitely get into. But yeah, I'm trying to, because we've seen each other around, but we never really started talking, and so I gotta get the whole caught up on everything. You know what I mean? Before we can start getting into stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, if you don't know about her family situation, you will eventually. So that's not really my stuff to go into. I mean, I can and I will, but
yeah, do it.
All right. So her family life isn't exactly not normal, but it's just a little weird. Her older brother, Jacob, is disabled.
Yeah.
And I mean full on.
I know.
Yeah, you know about that.
Mm-hmm.
She has her younger brother who was adopted, and that's a whole story I honestly forgot most of. No. I know she's got some health issues. Everyone in her family's got some health issues. I mean, you already know about the brother situation. That's really the big thing.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, bit of heads up. Thanks.
Not to say she's a nice girl, but she's definitely not a weak girl. Weak woman.
Wait, what? I missed that.
I said she's definitely not weak. She's gone through
Oh yeah.
ringer there.
Mm-hmm.
Be a good friend around her and don't put her on a pedestal like everyone else does. Now, you may have already done it. You may not have already done it. Don't do it. That's she's definitely put on a pedestal because it's Abby Garner. You have to treat her like you treat a person. The pedestal stuff can come after there's a thing, but everyone acts different around her in different ways. I did, and that was my first mistake. Now, as for the Alonzo stuff, back in 7th grade, Alonzo really liked her and either sent her something via text or paper or something. Either way, she sent back a couple paragraphs talking about, how she didn't feel that way about him, but she was still a great friend. And, the standard stuff she normally does.
Yeah.
Where she, writes or types way too much to get a simple thing across.
Yeah.
Second tip, be direct. She is going to want to beat around the bush on everything, trying to find the most polite way of saying things. Directness.
But why are we the same person?
Like me and Max say, we can see why things would work. You gotta.
We're the same person.
You gotta be direct with her, and you gotta make sure she's direct with you. Because she will say things and phrase things in a way that sound like her, but you need her to. Don't put her on a pedestal. Don't let her put you on a, you know, pedestal. That makes no sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so basically, just be yourself. That's what I'm getting at. You know, the ultimate goal.
I mean, the ultimate goal for anything is be yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Someone to do before you.
Yeah.
That.
I may have to put on my the way I am around my parents, but you know that's at least I have a side like that.
Yeah. Treat her like a person. Make sure she treats you like.
For sure.
And everything will go along well.
Bet. Alrighty. Well. Yeah.
And there's your, there's your Baltimore love tips.
Your Baltimore beatdown, bad boy, love tips.
The Baltimore Broken Hearts Club.
There we go. There we go.
Dude, let's get into that right now. Let's get into that right now.
Now, I am down bad for a couple people, but there's a big problem with that. The person I kind of, developing villains for.
Doth we know?
Yeah, I'll continue to go into it. I figured that you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Doth we know?
Say like, oh, tell us more. No, you just kind of figured. No,
We're egging on.
I know. I was hoping there'd be like some more. No, yes, no, but no, fine.
I mean, only if you want to. We're just gonna keep silent until you do. But only if you want to.
Don't give me the silence. Just condemn me.
Only if you want to, but if you don't, we're not gonna say anything.
Everything else, just don't give me silence. No, I usually have 3 rules for myself when it comes to dating. Really, not that I've done it often. The Balt is a heartbreaker, but
Ooh, kill him, bad boy. Sexy.
But
continue.
Don't date girls that are in your section.
That would be beneficial.
Try. Yeah. Don't really date fine art girls. It's kind of like a 1A. I mean, those are the only girls I'm around, so of course there's, a bias towards girls that are creative types, but I mean, they're also crazy. Double-bladed sword. But, that,
Yeah.
Don't be a dick and really don't date girls that aren't in your grade. Really, the 2 big ones are don't date girls that in band or worse in your section, and don't date girls that aren't in your grade.
Don't set yourself up for like embarrassment in the future if something bad happens.
Awkward situation.
Yes.
That's basically what my thing is.
Awkward
big rule.
situation.
However, there's this girl I've been, not talking to, interacting with, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very first stages, but it's,
You might
breaks
even say
all
you're
the
fond
rules.
of her.
Yeah,
Yes, you
were
were fond. You have the Gucci feelings for her.
Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm. Is she in our grade?
Of course.
You gotta go down a checklist.
Oh, well,
that was insane. First rule, big rule, not in our grade. So that's why I haven't really gone anywhere with it, because it's like I'm not going against the rules I set up after the first go rounds.
Yeah. Facts.
But it's like it's on one hand there's the rules, but then there's also
there's your feelings and then there's the rules.
Yeah, there's the feelings and then there's the rules, the head and the heart. But it's like on one hand there's the rule, very strict rules. Girl in section younger than me, no go. Instantly no go. But it's also like,
wait, she's in your section too?
Yep, it's bad. When I say bad, I mean it's bad.
Okay, so I went like some I say similar. Really cute girl, my class last semester, and I kind of caught feelings before I became friends with her. That's another rule. You don't do that.
You don't do that.
So you got to convince yourself you don't like her, dude, because like that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna work.
Yeah, I know it's not gonna happen, but I need to talk about it.
No, it'll probably happen. It's just not gonna work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you're going into the friendship with intentions of a relationship, it's not gonna work out.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm doing, because I'm trying just to be friends, because even outside, it's just a presence I enjoy being around, you know?
Yeah.
100%.
Like, there's this alluring presence, and not alluring in like a, I guess not even a romantic way, just like a something that, wants that, yeah. It's, it's one of the very few people that when I say things, I don't instantly feel stupid about saying them. Like, there are so many things that I say, and they're just kind of blurred out. It's not even blurred out, it's just the wrong words for the right thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, very few situations, like this, for example, talking to you two right now, do I feel like I'm saying the right words to a situation, trying to phrase things,
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've got so many things running through my head that trying to pick out that legible thought and then turning it into something coherent isn't easy.
No.
I feel that.
What y'all are hearing right now is basically what I've been telling myself and conversing with myself in my head for a while, which is why it sounds this good, which is why I'm, not regretting saying it right now, because I've pretty much rehearsed it. But she's different in that sense, like, I don't feel like I'm just saying words. I mean, I am to an extent, but, like, I've lost it. What I just told you about rehearsing my words, I've immediately lost it. I don't know what I'm trying to say now. I jinxed myself.
I think I think I get it. Yeah. You're comfortable
like,
with
I'm fully aware that, I'm fully aware that anything more than a friendship isn't gonna work. And, it's the exact kind of stuff that I made fun of my freshman through right now years. So it's not like, it's something that I've joked against before. So it's kind of that pain, though, because there's like, I don't go into casual things. Like, the idea of a casual thing just doesn't seem that interesting for me, outside of, I guess, a friends with benefits situation, but who doesn't that appeal to? But like, there's no anyone that I can say, yeah, I'll get into like a small relationship with them, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, because I did that once and I was stuck in a relationship for almost a year. But yeah, I've completely jinxed myself. I'm saying things to say things now. I don't know, it's just due to me liking this girl, it's kind of messed up me talking to other girls. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I've been trying to say for about 10 minutes now. Please, I need y'all to speak. I'm gonna lose my voice.
Okay, so do you want advice, or do you want like us to comfort you, or both?
Pity? I don't know. Whatever you feel like is whatever you feel like is most deserving right now.
Well, I want to give you a hug, but
I want to bring the boy in.
I want to bring the boy in for a good smooching.
Because, like, I was about to say, I know the situation I'm in, and I know that there's not really a good way out of it. That's a win-win.
Mm-hmm. Well,
sometimes you don't get a win-win.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't get a win-win, but sometimes
but you want a win-win. Yeah. So, okay, well, you could just, like, do you have her number? Like, do y'all get, like, communicate outside of school?
Oh, no, not in the slightest. It's one of those school girl crushes.
Okay, bet. So that's perfect. You set yourself up right for that one. Okay, so, you're out of school right now, so you're not talking to her. So when you come back from break, you're like, oh, yeah, and then basically, while you're in quarantine, forget about her. Because, time and distance is, like, the best way to get over someone.
Nope. Maybe for you, bud.
I know it's like, 'cause I'm kind of tight, and I can't, like, I haven't thought about this for most of quarantine until today, right? Because I'm watching this, you know, I'm watching this movie that's got an actress that looks a lot like her, and of course my first thought was, oh, this kind of looks like this actress.
And then everything just comes flooding back in, like, oh no.
I was doing so good back in December about it, like and then I run into her and her mom while I'm, you know, buying Christmas supplies, and it just had me down bad for half a month.
Down cataclysmic, as Alonzo would say.
Amen to that.
Yeah, that, like, really...
So, like, it's completely just been out of sight, out of mind, until something comes up that, like,
yeah,
triggers my brain to have that intrusive thought.
the PTSD.
I wouldn't call it PTSD.
No, it's PTSD. It's PTSD. You know it's PTSD.
It's not traumatic. I mean, stress, yes. Post, definitely. But traumatic,
Post-traumatic female. It's PTFD, okay? Post-traumatic female disorder.
Post-female stress.
Trauma is relative. So...
That is true.
Yeah. Technically, it is PTSD.
In a way, it is PTSD.
Yeah, technically.
But I don't perceive it as trauma, you know?
Would you consider yourself in order with yourself right now?
I haven't been in order with myself.
So you'd say that you're in disorder. So that's post, stress, and disorder. All we got to do is add some trauma in there.
Yeah, just add a sprinkle of trauma. A dash, if you will.
Oh.
Just add a sprinkle of heartbreak.
Little 3 tablespoons of trauma, and you get 1 perfectly cooked Josh.
You get 1 perfectly cooked.
Tablespoons, that's a lot of trauma, dog. You got some repressed stuff, like...
You seem like you need to talk to a therapist.
Or us, that works too. Me and Max are pretty good.
In case, and if you can't find any freshly grown therapists, you know, store-bought podcasts work too.
Yeah, exactly. Or not even podcasts. Just forget the podcast. Just put in the store-bought.
I was about to say, me ranting for 10 minutes, completely disregard the podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
good thing we have 0 viewers.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
That's the point of a podcast.
Exactly.
It's to indulge in your ramblings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's how I see it, at least.
Like, I feel like if I was to listen to this when I'm 40, I'd be very entertained.
Like, I'd be entertained because I'd be sitting there thinking, wow, I was
this Josh guy brings up some very valid points.
He brings up some valid points.
Me talking to myself, that'd be great.
I mean, I haven't grown up with siblings, so that's how I cope with things. I literally just scream to my wall.
See, growing up with siblings is one of the best teaching experiences you can have as a child, because you learn so much shit in so many aggravating ways. It just sticks with you.
I was about to say, you get some epic highs and epic lows. Like,
no, I
didn't
get epic highs until my people moved out.
I guess it depends on the relationship.
I hated my siblings till they moved out. Oh. But when they move out, you're just like, this motherfucker alright.
He's cool as long as I don't see him every day. We see each other every day.
As long as I don't see you every day, we're chill.
I can't explain my highs I've had with my brother, because our walls are thin and he's right next to me. I don't want him to hear this and think that I like him. So, you know.
Yeah, no, of course not.
I need him to know that I barely tolerate him.
Yes, exactly.
Oh.
I don't know if it's better, like, if I haven't had siblings or friends as a childhood, because I had no friends as a child.
I used to joke about that all the time, that I'd have no friends, and now I have, like, friends, so you know what? You know.
See, I've got very few very close friends. Like, I've got I've got Ray and I've got Reed that really know me. But past that, I have a bunch of people. I have, like you said, an abundance of people who, like, I know, and like I'd consider them friends. And we're just friends, maybe not on a surface level, but a more surface level than I'd like to be with them. If that makes sense. Take you guys for example. I would consider us.
I don't
friends.
think I will.
Oh, okay. I understand.
I will not take me as an example.
Okay. Okay, then let's take.
You could use me as an example, Max.
Let's take Avery. Actually, that's a good example right there.
Oh.
Like, that doesn't work though, because I don't really want to be.
I've got a tier list. I've got a tier list of like friendships.
Alonso.
You know? Alonso's tier S for everybody. You know, like.
No, for me, he's like tier B.
Say that again.
On the closeness scale, he's tier B.
Yeah, I was about to say that too. He's tier B for me.
Like Strick, you're tier A. You're tier A for sure. Logan, Khalees, they're tier A's. But then you
My B.
Like you're an A. I'd say you're an A.
Hell yeah.
How about you're an A minus? Okay.
Yeah, that's realistic.
Like I've always fucked with you, but like we've never been close. You know?
Sorry.
Sorry.
I mean, but I also I assume that everybody just didn't like me for the longest time.
No,
So
I've always
like,
enjoyed
okay,
your presence.
Because like I know that I'm annoying sometimes. I know.
I do too.
And
I consider
Strick, you remember
myself
me.
a B. I honestly consider myself a B tier friend to most people. So like, don't get hung up, man.
I don't even consider myself a B tier. I see myself as a C tier in a lot of people's lives. Maybe not even C tier.
B tier to the people that I'm close with. Everyone else, I'm just a person, man.
Is it bad that I'm not?
No,
close
that's
with
not
anyone?
true. You talked about Abby being put on a pedestal. You should like look at the pedestal that you're on.
Yeah,
Like,
dude, you're all the way up there.
People
I have never. Well, I
Yeah,
can't
because
say that. I can't say
think
that.
you,
Yeah.
they all think that you're too good to talk to.
I try not to do that because it's always been such a problem with me. Is I've known people that I felt that way with. I don't want people to feel that way. I mean, I guess it's just like we've been talking about Alonso pretty much. An hour's worth of this has been about Alonso, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
More than enough.
And it's like
Proportionally.
having that feeling that like I love my friends that I'm willing to do that and not think about it. But I can't think of people that would do that for me. Which is a very vain way of thinking it. Like I'm a very vain person. I'm not gonna be, shy about that. I know that I am self-centered to a fault. To the point that, it's insecurities, but like I don't know. I've never interacted with anyone and thought, man, I'm really better than them. They're lucky they interact with me, or at least not serious. I've said it.
That's yeah, for real. If anybody actually thinks like that, which I know a lot of people do, but like that's just a really terrible way to think.
Not the people that I choose to associate with.
Yeah.
But like I've never
'Cause
thought
those
of
people-
anyone. Oh, sorry, I'm interrupting.
No, go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm still on that train of thought. Like I've never considered myself to be placed on a pedestal by anybody.
No, me neither. Like I think I'm below the damn pedestal.
Yeah. I've always just considered myself like, oh, it's that guy. I'm kind of the guy you'd see at a party, or not even that. I don't go to parties.
At a birthday
just-
party.
That guy and that guy that's cool and likable, but not the guy you really talk.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I just feel like I'm that saxophone guy, like I'm the guy who does the cool tricks at the halftime show, and then
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean-
that's how a lot of people see you.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like,
I mean,
I
you
can't think
kind
of
of painted
anyone
a
that would-
semi-accurate picture. Like,
I mean, yeah, I mean that's what I present myself as, but I've never I've never talked to someone and like believe them to be the kind of person that phrases certain things around me because they have this view. You know, like I've always figured I'd just an approachable guy.
You
If
are.
that makes sense.
You are. Yeah.
Unless you're under a lot of stress, I've noticed. Because I remember I had Bryson and you had Frank, and we had the same third block. And what was it, sophomore year? Something
Yeah.
like that. And like when you were stressed, I was too scared to approach you.
Okay, that's fair. When I'm stressed and just my stress anger is something else.
I kind of like. I want to hear a story. Like, is it bad? Bad? I agree with whoever just did that.
I know, right? Like,
I feel like
I mean, like I consider it. I can't think of any stories. I mean, unless Max has anything like I've just completely glossed over. Like, have I ever punched Ethan or something? Well, I punched Ethan like legitimately out of anger. Punching him.
Punching Ethan just makes me laugh. Like, is that bad?
No, it's Ethan's one of my closest friends, but like I know he's a short-nosed friend. Like, I get why people don't like him. I just feel like people give him a harder time. Like he deserves like a somewhat hard time, but like in the way you mess with a friend, that kind of hard time.
Yeah,
People are just jerks.
Yeah, I had one experience with him, and it was at Avery's birthday party, and he just never shut up, and I was like, okay, come on now.
You just have to learn to tune him out. That's what we all do. That's what me, Alonzo thinks, and that's what all of Ethan's friends do. I mean, we hated each other at first, but I just kind of I realized that like people hated him more than we hated each other, and that's when he was cool. It's like, man, some people are just unnecessarily mean to you. Now, a lot of people are, absolutely deserving of, the meanness they get.
Yeah. Dude,
some people go far. Some people go real far.
My close friends, they hate him, and it's hilarious. They hate Ethan. Like, Carson, he'll just be like, I fucking hate that guy. I'm like, why? He's like, I don't know, I just want to punch him. I'm like...
City Constellation, I always want to punch Carson for some reason.
Like,
no disrespect, he just is one of those people, like, punch. Not out of anger.
There are a lot of people like that.
Yeah, there are.
Like, once I removed Carson from my stories list, like, I no longer wanted to punch him.
Like, once I saw less of him, didn't really care.
After seeing this, I think I really turned around.
After what?
Yeah, I was hoping that you were gonna say something straight.
Yeah, I had no idea what
you
just said.
Remember? Were you not there when he struck down at your birthday party?
Oh no, I was there. Yeah.
Sorry, that's what I meant.
No. Oh, yeah, no. That's every day. That's all the time.
Sorry.
That's all the time.
That's okay. So, one of my biggest problems, I love Braden to death, but one of my biggest problems with his friend group, the AJ,
they're shit.
Connor Johnson,
they're absolute shit.
They pull their dick out at any moment.
Why? Like I can't.
Like that's not something that I'm comfortable with.
No.
I'll never pull my dick out in front of the boys.
No.
Now, if the boys see my dick, don't really care. But I'm not gonna pull my dick out.
If they see it, yeah. Like I'm not gonna intentionally flash them.
Like, look, if I'm taking a piss and they see my cock, don't care. But I'm not gonna, while we're sitting around at a campfire, I'm not gonna pull my dick out and stand next to you.
Like, if it's an odds-are situation, and, we're just joking around, accidentally say the game, well, I gotta, oblige the odds are, but I'm not gonna think anything of it. Like...
Now, look, if it's okay, there's some qualifiers. If it's genuinely funny, you can do it. If it's genuinely funny, you can do it. The thing is, it's not genuinely funny most of the time.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think it's funny just because I pulled my dick out. No, you gotta
You gotta do
some build-up.
something.
It's gotta be the punchline, not the setup.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Like
The Joker
sometimes
boner,
Carson will
if you
like go off on a rant and it'll be absolutely hilarious, and then he'll pull down his pants and slap his ass. Like that's kind of funny. But he doesn't just randomly come up behind you and just pull down your pants and like try to fuck you. Like no, that's not funny.
But then there's like AJ running into a pool naked to me isn't funny. Like that, like what's
That's
the
just
appeal to that?
That's
That's
kind of
just skinny
funny.
dipping with more
That's
steps.
kind of funny.
Yeah, that's just skinny dipping, but y'all got in trouble for it.
No, I just see AJ and you can't see anything because it's just blobs of fat. Just do.
You remember when that guy showed up in the Olaf onesie to school?
He showed his ass
I'm
too many
sorry.
times. Too many.
I'm
Too
sorry.
many
Yeah, that's an F right there.
How can you tell it's his ass and not just like his neck or something?
I had him sit in my truck. And that was a
That was the
rough
first
experience.
mistake. It'll break the damn truck.
I
dude.
no, I didn't start the truck. I didn't move with him in the car.
You couldn't.
But he like the suspension.
Oh, he just
my-
put one
My
foot on.
truck was leaning.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a small dude. You guys know this. I'm not a small dude.
About to say,
I-
I've been in the Neanderthal van.
yes sir.
You're not a small dude. He's just a massive human.
He's just a massive dude.
And not in like the height way
Absolute
either.
unit.
No. He's wide. He's the widest
He's
person.
Wide. Like, look, I'm like 300. I'm almost 300 pounds. AJ, I don't even know how much he weighs at this point, but when he got in that car, it scared me because I felt my ass go higher.
Jeez, man.
That's bad.
I don't like people who use their trauma as an excuse to be an asshole. Like
Yeah.
I get. Look, obviously, a little bit is understandable. I get that.
Yeah.
100%.
Not all the time.
But if you're just saying racist and sexist things, and then you use your trauma as a fucking out,
Yeah, thank you. Oh my god, it pisses me off.
I've got. So you know, when I was like, comedy gets more complex as you age. Like
Yeah.
your comedic sense gets more complex as you age.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, in sophomore year, saying the N-word may have been funny, but like it's not funny anymore at all unless you've done the setup.
Yeah.
Like it has to be a good joke in order for that word to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
Or faggot, it's not like it's only faggot
Any
is only
word
funny,
that
it's
just has a
unexpected.
double G in it just sounds disgusting.
It sounds it sounds very unnatural.
Like,
It does. It sounds very
like,
unnatural.
I've got a problem with the, slur aspect of it anyways, but like with the double G, it just sounds gross.
It sounds weird. It sounds not okay.
So
Yeah.
I mean,
Like
Bowen
when I
Biggers,
use like
it's the N-word,
retarded
but with
or
a B.
when I use
Bowen-
retarded or faggot, it's most of the time it's just descriptive. Like I don't try to make a joke out of it because most of the time when you say faggot, it's not funny. Same thing with the N word. Like you can't use that in like an everyday situation and have it be funny. No, like you can't.
No.
It's not.
And
It's
you
not gonna
shouldn't use
happen.
it as a guise to be
Do what?
funny. You shouldn't use it as like a disguise to be funny.
Yeah.
it's just not a
Just-
funny word.
If you could,
Not
if
at
you
all.
can phrase it
Yeah.
right, it can be hilarious.
If you can set it up,
Well, yeah,
it can be funny.
if there's a joke
is-
where like the use of it, like if it's the Chris Rock set, still it uses a lot, but in that situation, it's the aspect of the word that makes it funny. But like in regular day conversation or anything that isn't like funny comedy setup, just
Or
it's
Dave
just
Chappelle
shock
with the-
value. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
a
just
lot of it is shock
for most
value.
people.
A lot about it is shock value.
And shock value means nothing
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the grand scheme. Like it doesn't do anything.
It's either shock value or it's a cultural vernacular word, like African vernacular, African American vernacular,
Black.
It's a common word in there. Sure, I mean, whatever you call it, but
Okay, Wendy Williams.
Man, that's a proper linguistic term, man. I'm not even being woke or anything. That's legitimately what it's referred to as, guys.
You're good.
Like, this is years old.
It's a bit.
Okay.
It's a bit. Also, whenever I say any type of like what normally would be an offensive slur, it's either a bit or I'm desensitized to everything, so it doesn't really matter to me.
I understand desensitization.
Remember back when cunt used to mean a lot?
Yeah, that means nothing.
Remember back in 3rd grade when fuck used to be like the big daddy?
Yeah.
And now I use it in like every other sentence. Sorry, every other fucking sentence.
Yeah.
Every other word.
I mean, I'm desensitized to pretty much everything in that, but I know that there's some people that aren't.
Yeah, like I get around some people that are just so sensitized, like they're so sensitive to words that I literally can't speak to them without them being like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you said that!" Like, come on now.
And on one hand, that's stupid, but on the other, they've got to find a way to not work through it. Like, being desensitized isn't better or worse than being sensitized. It's just different.
Yeah, it's just different.
Some aspects it helps, some aspects it doesn't.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think that being desensitized to like all the words is beneficial because it's a word. It's not like you killed somebody. It's a word. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you can hurt somebody with words, but if you're just saying a random word and it just happens to be a like slur, it's just a word. Like, it means nothing. Like,
well, I think it's also kind of like the way cursing works. It's not very different. It's if you're using it, not great but not horrible. If you're using it towards somebody, I think that's when the issue's there.
Yeah. Of course. Like, if I was to cuss you out, that would be very immoral and wrong.
Yeah.
But if I just say fuck, like, that means nothing.
Yeah, like, it's a reaction. As long as it's not being used in malice, then, I mean,
no, I can call my
classmates care less.
No, I went to math. You know Ansley Carter, right? You know Ansley Carter?
Yeah.
I can go back from math, and my half of my math class was going on just woke, and I mean full leftist 8th wave feminist blue haired channel going against everything. You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna against politics, but I do want to clarify here the difference between leftism and liberalism.
Oh yeah, no, leftism. I
don't want to be associated with.
You don't want to say that again?
I draw the line at Marxist, but I'm okay with Marxist, but I draw the line at the performative activism. Please, just.
Yeah.
I just want to clarify that.
I recently became okay with Marxists because
I just don't agree with them. I'm completely fine with them. I just don't agree with
any of it. I just don't like I just don't like corporations. That's it. I want to separate the idea between leftist and liberalism.
Yeah, liberalism is fine. Leftism is socialism. You're just trying to bring socialism into American
leftism
values.
is the left-wing equivalent of the alt-right. So you should look at them as an extreme group.
That
doesn't represent the ideas of the whole. It represents the ideas of that extreme group.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And that extreme group just happens to have a lot of founding in the media and stuff like that.
Yeah, it just happens to be.
Yeah, happens to be a very widespread idea that's going around. You know what I mean? But yeah, so there was a bunch of leftists.
Misinformation.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, but yeah, there was a bunch of leftists just going on this kill all men kind of rampage or whatever, and it was annoying. But of course I didn't say anything because it's not the right thing to do. So instead I went to lunch and I'm like, you know what? Everybody in my math class is a faggot, and Ainsley got so offended by that. And also another word that I used, but we're not going to go into that. And she kind of just left and she was very mad at me, and I'm like, why? And she's like, oh, this is a bad word. I don't like offensive slurs. I'm like, oh no. Okay, well, you know.
Well, you chose to take offense to that word.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I was gonna say, but I didn't say it. I'm like, you chose to take offense to it.
You like the thing is that if I said it and I said it in a malicious way, then you interpreted my intentions correctly. But I think when it comes to words like that, intentions are everything.
Yeah, like me just being like, oh my god, they're such a faggot. Like that's a criticism. That's not like I'm coming after you. You know what I mean?
That's me summarizing everything that I could break down into individual parts in my head as faggot. It's literally the TLDR.
Yeah, pretty much. That is it.
Like that's what gay was. It was just the TLDR.
Yeah, TLDR.
If you hated somebody, they're fucking gay.
They're gay. That's like, I don't know. Just thinking about like everything behind gay, like saying gay or whatever, and like the amount of times that we use gay. Like, oh, that's fucking gay, dude. Like, this is just hilarious.
It's gay, honestly.
It is honest. It's so gay. Like. But now, like, I have a lot of gay. I have more gay friends than I used to have. So, like, I have to limit my amount of me saying that because I'll be like, Oh, by the way, there's a difference between being a faggot and being gay. Okay. Big difference.
You see, I think I get what you're saying. It's the same thing that we were talking about earlier. Like, oh, hold on. Big train of thought just lost right there. Hold on. Yeah, no, it's gone. Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Felt that.
Yeah, no, okay. So faggots, they're the ones who make one part of their personality everything. Like one thing that they do, everything. You like boys. I don't like it when... I don't give a shit if you like boys.
Yeah.
I give a shit that you make...
That you're a good person. That you know, are friendly, you know.
Yeah.
We get along.
If you're not a dick, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
If you're a dick, I give more of a shit.
Mm-hmm. I give a shit enough to be like, hey, you're gay. Like...
Yeah, like...
Or
it's
I summarize faggots as just like... Yeah, pretty much dickish gay people, or, you know... Like, make them... that make it their entire personality. Like, that's...
Yeah.
I can't stand people that do that with anything, let alone being that. Because then we get into
general,
like...
I don't like it when people do that.
Yeah.
And it's hypocritical of me to say that because I do that. Like, like I said earlier, when I first started smoking weed, it was all that I could talk about. It was...
Yeah, but that's a phase. This is like their livelihood.
Yeah.
Which is sad to say that their life is just that bad that they have nothing else to like talk to other people about. It's really sad that that's like a reality. But like, I mean, just play Minecraft. Just do something.
But they may be lost as a person and they don't have anything else to cling on to.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like.
And I understand that. I understand that reach desperation. I understand that fully. Not it. Well, you can never fully understand anything. You can only understand it in your way.
Yeah, you can only understand the premise.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. You empathize with it. Mm-hmm. And so do I. Anyway, to a lesser extent, but yeah.
Anyway, misinformation nowadays.
Dude, why does Snapchat have a news thing? Okay, that should just be taken off. But I get it, you know, it's freedom of speech. But still, like, people, there should be a disclaimer. Biased and mostly unreal or clickbait news, like. And that should be it with the daggum news channels on the TV, because they have no idea what they're talking about. Do you have to cross-check your... Like, you could find something on Snapchat and be like, okay, but then you cross-check it with 5 different other sources and be like, okay, I think I know what's happening. Like, that's the level of stuff you have to do that, and people don't want to do that, so they just get misinformed.
Exactly. They get the cliff notes.
Yeah.
And, like, people will say that they're listening to all different perspectives, and then they just listen to the...
Yeah, they listen to the TLDR written by an alt-right or alt-left, like, yeah.
Like, yeah, you're taking cliff notes of these very difficult to comprehend, very difficult things to properly look at.
Yeah.
And you're just boiling them down to the simplest points. Those
also,
simplest points don't involve everything else that comes along with them.
Exactly. Okay, if you watch mainstream media and you take it seriously, you're stupid. You're stupid. I hate that it's to a point that we have to take everything with a grain of salt. Yeah, and it's not just the little thing. It's everything. Yeah,
you have to
really
take it
everything.
with a grain of salt.
Like, people are just like, oh yeah, I was watching Fox. Oh, and they were talking about this. Sometimes I'm like, you're stupid. You're actually stupid.
I hate Fox just as much as I hate MSNBC.
Yeah, because they just spread misinformation. Like, if they were going to be like, oh, you know, we're the conservative news channel, then actually get facts right, or, you know, speak with some conviction. You know, actually present like a solid argument instead of just going off of retarded stuff and being more about being more of a comedy than a news station.
The thing is, you can. The problem is that you really can draw any conclusion that you want with any set of information given. Like, if you're going in looking for something, you're probably
gonna find it.
You'll find it.
But like, yeah, but when you're presented with like the facts, and there is no like loaded argument behind the facts, you're limited to those arguments you can pick out and find stuff in.
But the thing is that you see, facts. That's been a word for me. It's been a word because facts means like logically what happened. This is what happened.
Yeah.
But that doesn't take into account why it happened. So facts, I think, has to, if you're going to use that word, it has to, and I'm not saying you specifically, but like for me, in order to use that word, it has to incorporate everything.
Yeah. Like, if it happened the way it happened, how it's perceived by the people that it happened to, that's a fact. So the fact, like, I'm using a fact as like the whole thing, not just the logical numbers based.
I know what you're saying. I just wanted to say that.
Okay.
Take for example the pipeline that got halted. Yeah. Now, pretty much half the country sees it as a good thing. The other half sees it as a terrible thing. One half is looking at the environment and how that could possibly help it. The other side is looking, we just lost 170,000 jobs.
And consumer, you know, the prices of gas are going to go up. And, you know,
they already have been.
Yeah, exactly. And the fact that you can't just cut off resources. Like, you can't just be like, oh yeah, we're just going to stop using that and force the economy to grow. No, it's going to grow the strength it wants to just by forcing it to not grow off of that one thing isn't going to really help it. It's going to put us in a recession, and then eventually we're going to pick it back up. But it's going to be like a few years of just ass before that's going to happen. Because you can't just like, I don't know how what am I trying to say? You can't just like increase the speed of innovation. Like, it's going to happen, but it's just going to happen eventually. You know what I mean? Like, it's gradual.
Yeah.
So say like their argument is like, and you know, it's a valid argument. I'll give it, like, it's kind of like misinterpreted and misused, but you know, it's an argument. Hey, if we stop using gas, just in general, we start using like fossil fuels, it'll force the economy to grow in a more environmentally friendly and sustainable way. Okay, yeah, that sounds great. However, you can't just stop using it altogether. You gotta slowly phase everything out, not be like, oh, I'm cutting funding to everything like now. You can't just do that. You gotta like push for it, and then whenever we're able to be self-sustainable on sustainability, then you can do that.
We as a country aren't ready for renewable resources to be everywhere. Mm-hmm. I would love it if we were. It'd be cheaper in general, but we're not there yet, and we won't be there yet for a long time.
Yeah, and like when we say renewable, or I say renewable, even a more environmentally friendly like system would be to transition to natural gas. And this is what my environmental like teacher was, Mr. Kip, was like arguing for, is for us to transition to natural gas because it's a clean burn. It doesn't like emit any type of like sulfur dioxide or carbon monoxide in the atmosphere. It's just a clean burn, which is better for the environment, and it gives us it's high in like it's everywhere pretty much.
Yeah.
And we can use that to transfer over into.
It shouldn't be the end solution. It should be a stepping stone to get to where we're going.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have any thoughts, Balti?
Oh. Sorry, you lost me like 10 minutes ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all lost me when it was conversations I had no voice in.
I'm trying to phrase the conversation. Like, I'm not talking about that as a whole. I'm talking about the idea of misinformation as a whole. If that makes sense.
No, I know what you're talking about. It's just not a conversation I'm really in any position to talk about right now.
I got you.
Yeah, I feel you.
I got you. It's like whenever I was completely silent during the, or not completely silent, but, quiet during the relationship segment. Like, That's a door we're not going to open right now. Yeah, like, I get it.
We need to like actually hang out.
Yeah.
Like
I don't think. Straight. I besides your party, I don't think that me and you, besides the party in Fort King George.
Yeah, we haven't hung out that much. Well, because it was a period of time where you were a really loose cannon, and I was scared to invite you to things. That was a long period of time, so like, that's why basically. But like now that we've gotten back in touch, it's completely different, huh?
How do you mean loose cannon?
Like, okay,
I'm not disagreeing with you. I just want to.
Yeah. Okay. So like, back in like I say like late middle school, early high school, whenever like we would talk to each other, we'd be like, okay, yeah, Max is absolutely fantastic, and then you do some like really stupid shit. I'm like, are you kidding me? Why did you do that? He's like, oh, it's just crazy, and then we'd like go on this little path and go back to doing what he used to do. I'm like, okay, he's cool. He's getting better. I think I want to invite him, and then he's gonna do something really stupid again. And so like I had no idea like how you were going to react, like at my house. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
I got you.
Like I couldn't. I don't want to say I couldn't trust you, but I would be like uncomfortable around you at my place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you'd feel like we're walking on eggshells.
A little bit. But no, you can come over whenever. But there was just a period of time, and then, we stopped talking for a good bit, and so I just kind of kept that momentum.
I got you.
Yeah. But yeah, like, we need to get more people together, and I've been trying to do that, but, everybody's been freaking quarantined. And my parents... Oh, yeah, so... freaking quarantined.
Sorry.
No, you're good. It's not your fault.
It's all your fault.
It's kind of your fault, but it's not your fault. A dash of your fault. Nah, I'm just kidding. Maybe.
Yeah, it's all your fault. Anyway, what were you saying, Strick?
Oh, I was gonna talk about, because I had this conversation with my parents like last night, and they're like, "Oh, I don't want you to invite people over. There's different strands of COVID." I'm like, we don't care. We don't care, Mom. He's like, well, I do. And he's like, oh, I don't want to have to feed. I'm like, Mom, I'm 18. I don't, just stop caring. Just don't think about that. He's like, well, we're supposed to do that. I'm like, okay, because this is what my dad does. My dad's like, he's 18. He can do whatever he wants to. Or he can have people over if he wants to. My mom's like, well, I don't want to have to take care of all these people he wants over. And I don't want to, get exposed to COVID. I'm like, well, Mom, you work at the hospital. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Okay? And secondly, you don't have to take care of everybody that comes over. We can take care of ourselves. Or if anything, I can pay for everybody. Yeah, like if anything, I can pay for everybody to have food. Like that's not a problem. And then she's like, okay. Well, y'all asked me to bring home a pizza last time. I'm like, you offered to bring home a pizza. We're not gonna pass down free food. But you can't complain about giving us free food afterward. Yes, Balti?
Huh?
You were...
Oh, sorry. Was I breathing hard? Again,
you had something
fucked
to
up
say.
nostrils.
You good?
Ooh. Yeah, so sometimes I just kind of breathe hard without realizing it. The idea of free pizza, and I just, ate bread. Subconsciously, I just went the...
He's getting ready. His digestive system is kicking in. He's like, it's 2:51 in the morning. I must eat.
No sleep. Pizza time. Sorry, yeah, let me move the mic away from my mouth a little.
But yeah, that was the mindset.
Pizza.
But I think I got it through her mind that, she doesn't have to take care of us. So... Because she would take care of us, and offer to do all these things, and then complain about doing all them things later. I'm like, Mom, then don't do them. It's that simple.
Like if it's just gonna stress you out later, don't it's not a big deal if you don't do them.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I got to understand that. So yeah, once people do what?
She's also a parent.
Yeah, she's also a parent, and I love her and I respect her for all that, because that's definitely a big responsibility, and I feel for it. But at the same time, it's not like you don't have to do that.
At the same time, you also have to let me be my own person.
Yeah. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
A smidge of pure Strickland.
Like I feel like you've done. I don't know your internal dynamics in your family, of course, but like from an outsider's perspective, you seem like you've done good by your parents. You seem like you've.
Oh yeah. No, they completely
lived up to their.
Yeah, no, I've exceeded their expectations. Yeah, I've exceeded their expectations, and I keep their trust, which is like a really big part of me. Like I love keeping their trust. I love them being able to count on me and trust me. I like that. So I'm not in bad will with my parents. We have a good social dynamic. We have a good we have a really good relationship. I'm really blessed to have that. But yeah. So when people aren't quarantined and I can get a group of people over, I'm definitely gonna hit y'all up. So just be prepared.
Sick. See what I can do.
I will need to know like a week advance.
Yeah, I got you.
Because of work.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, I'm very happy with this new job. $13 an hour. Ooh, I made $200 this weekend.
Nice.
That's the big bucks right there.
Mm-hmm. You're working at Ray's Subway, right?
Yep. And it's so much. I didn't realize that I was in a toxic work environment. Which I probably should have.
Yeah, I could tell it by that one time I went in there, dude.
I never fully understood the difference between bad days and long days because they were synonymous at my old job.
Where did you used to work again?
341
Subway. 341.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Did you ever fix your tea situation there? Because it was just god awful.
The tea?
Yeah.
I had no control over that.
Oh dang. Well, it's just gonna stay god awful.
The only person who has control over that is the opener. So I'll give you Margaret's number so you can rat her out about it.
Because I remember when I 8, 9, 10. I gotta think. I'm thinking about 12 years ago. I used to get Subways from there, and their tea was just dog piss. It was terrible.
Which Subways?
The Subway on 341. So ever since then, I've never got tea from there.
Wait, when? When was that?
That was 12 years ago.
Yeah, this was fucking years ago.
Years ago.
Yeah. Also, like, I mean, like 3 years ago, Panera Bread got my order wrong 14 times, so I just never went back.
Panera took away the only sandwich I liked, so...
Like,
See,
I'm keeping the
Panera-
grudge on Panera Bread. I'm keeping the grudge on 341 Subway. Like,
When I buy food, I look for quantity and quality. Panera, it's got the quality down, but the quantity, it's got to work
yeah.
on that for the
It's got
price.
some of the best sourdough I've ever had.
Oh,
so,
it's
I
so
mean,
good. It is so
See, I
good.
don't
Their
like sour.
bread. Dude, it's Panera Bread for a reason. Their bread is immaculate, dude.
breads and... But they had that roasted turkey apple cheddar sandwich, and I used to love that. They haven't had it for like a year now, and that makes me sad.
Okay, continue that conversation. I gotta go pee-pee.
You gotta go pee. What did you say, Balti? I'm so sorry. I'm
Just
completely...
talking about bread now. I'm hungry. You've
Look.
got me hungry.
So bread. In the majority of its forms, it's pretty damn good. Look, a nice old loaf, some a baguette, you know.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
You've got croissants. Croissants to me, I have a very interesting history with croissants.
Do you want to
No,
talk about it?
it's a lot of emotional pain there with croissants.
Understandable. Dad,
It's the source of everything negative in my life. It's croissants.
I understand. Oh. I had a good croissant once.
I've had multiple good croissants, but I've had
In a
far
row?
more bad croissants. No,
Okay.
not in a row.
You have to be good at making croissants to have a good croissant. Or be
Really?
Walmart. They're flaky croissants, just they're not croissants in the traditional sense. I mean they are, but they don't have that texture.
They're an artistic rendition of croissants.
Hella flaky and croissant. That's what I'm into.
Okay, your boy's back.
Have you had the Sam's Club croissants?
Yeah.
Those are pretty good.
Sam's Club just hits different with everything.
It does hit different. Like, the food is so cheap, too.
Look,
It's awesome.
Have you had the
Sometimes I
the
just use my
jalapeno-
parents. Yeah. I use my parents' membership sometimes and just go and get the pizza from the food court, man.
It's so good. It's so good. It has no business being better than any pizza place
Aside from Papa John's.
aside from Papa John's.
Dude,
Thank you.
honestly, like, it ranks up there. Like, I was trying to, like, remember the last time I ate Sam's Pizza. It's really good.
That's the
It's-
only reason
it's
I go with my
phenomenal.
family. I go and I don't help them shop. I just go to the food court and get like 2 slices, which is like 4/5 of a pizza.
They're huge. They're huge slices.
Mm-hmm.
God damn. But they're oh yeah, it's amazing.
Beautiful.
See, I remember back when I was able to eat a whole pizza by myself. And like I could do it over the course I could do it over the course of a night, but I'm talking about like within a hour span. I could
in
do
one
it.
sitting. I used to be able to eat a
But-
pizza in one sitting.
I don't know that.
Yeah, key word in there is used to. 'Cause, I ate half of a what was it? It was a BMT. I ate half of a BMT today. I almost threw up. God damn.
Really? Wow. I've never
Like,
been
it
able
was
to eat
just
a
so
whole
much.
pizza.
Never been able to what?
I've never been able to eat a whole pizza. Like, not in one sitting.
Oh,
I had 2 in one sitting once.
That's
I had
terrible.
3. No, I did have 2 though.
They were the DiGiorno make your own pizzas, or like the
Oh.
they were just DiGiorno frozen ones, and DiGiorno hits
Well,
different.
that's cheating. That's cheating. It's not.
You were
it's
talking
not real
about, like,
pizza.
from a pizza
It's not
place.
delivery. That's DiGiorno.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get to deliver my pizzas. They never come delivered. I always have to go and grab them.
Thank you.
We're
Listen,
just out of range for them to deliver.
Dude, I'm way out of range. So like,
I've
I don't
done
even
I
get
know
the,
you are.
I don't even get the scent of having a pizza delivered.
I'm always driving over to Dom. Driving back from Dom.
I feel so. I told Ricky when I first left Subway. I told Ricky that I needed a job, and I asked him if he could ask his manager. And I felt bad because his manager was like really desperate to get me on the schedule, as though like she hadn't had a good worker in 12 and a half years.
I understand.
Yeah, same. That all.
And
That's-
I just felt bad because I never called them back. I called them the one time and they were like, "Can you start?"
It's okay, Max. She's just down cataclysmic. It's fine. Bro, continue.
Go ahead. I have a broken
No.
headlight.
Okay.
Hmm?
Yeah. You got a broken headlight?
I have a broken headlight. And Reed lives in Darien, so I don't know if you know about Darien cops, but
They suck. Oh my god, they'll
They
pull you over for one
they're
over.
bad.
Oh,
They pull. I got pulled over twice in 2 nights.
Are you serious?
Yeah, like I went over there 2 days in a row, and I got pulled over both of those nights.
State
I'd
trooper
gone
or
over
just
there.
regular?
No, it was just Darien cop. I didn't get a ticket or anything because it's just a fucking headlight, and I was driving like a sane person for once.
Yeah.
The second time scared the fuck out of me because I let Reed drive my car, and Reed doesn't have a license, and we got pulled over then.
For the
And then the
headlight?
cop pulled, yeah, and then the cop pulled us over and said, "Could I just?" Reed handled the situation beautifully. He just goes, "I'm gonna be real with you, man. This ain't my car. It's his. I don't have a license." And the dude was like, "Okay."
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, you were driving fine. Your headlights out. That's all. I was like, "Shit, man."
That's dope. That is dope. I remember Kyle gets pulled over all the time through there, like by state troopers for going like a few over. All the time.
Oh yeah, never speed in Darien.
No, you cannot.
Like, I don't know what business you may have in Darien. I don't know if you do have business in Darien. Don't speed in Darien.
Your ass.
You follow every single law in Darien.
Darien don't fuck around.
It really don't. Which is funny because I break so many laws in Darien.
Darien stay strapped, bro.
Funny because it's Darien.
Their traffic laws stay strapped. They ain't never lacking, cuz.
The thing, how can Darien be so fucked up and their police be so just hyperactive? Like, Darien is a fucked up
Do
place.
they still have quotas in Darien?
They probably do have quotas.
They definitely have quotas.
I mean, like, most of everywhere is phased out of quotas, but there's always that few.
And it sucks that there have to be quotas. Like, it sucks that there are quotas. And there
Yeah.
shouldn't be.
No.
In an ideal world. However, like, the police, first of all, most of them are underfunded.
Oh, yeah.
So they have to if they want to get any fucking money to do anything. Oh, you wanted to get paid this week, Sergeant
bad.
Jeffords?
Too bad. Should have got 50 speeding tickets.
Sorry, buddy. Actually, you're not getting paid from here ever again. Peace out. You're getting laid off. Go talk to HR.
Peace out. Yeah, that's when you know you're down cataclysmic.
That's when you know you're down cataclysm. And it circles right on back to
Yep, everything.
a
Everything.
Honestly,
The key
you
to all
really,
of this.
I'm pretty sure that he is like the center of the string theory. Like,
You know, I believe it.
yeah, you can connect yourself to anything, but a majority of those things are through Alonzo. So
yeah, like I'm trying to think of the amount of impact that Alonzo has had on my life.
Transformers. He's had impact on my life in like weird ways.
Yeah, same.
Like it's ways that I wouldn't have expected. Like his fallout with Lois affected me because me and Lois are friends.
Yeah.
Because I like Lois. Like she's nice. Well,
I mean, you can get along with her. You can get along with her.
Yeah, if you're just not an asshole.
Yeah.
Like she tolerates other positions, like.
Yeah, I mean, like she has a valid point. You know, that's just un-American, and I can't agree with you. But I mean, she's not like over. She doesn't like, oh, you have to believe this. You're wrong if you believe something else. She's not like that.
She's a communist, but like, she's an actual communist.
Yeah, like she's not. Yeah, exactly.
She like the core of communism is like live and let live. Take what you need, leave what you don't. Like that. Like that's the whole point of it. Which is it's a nice thing. It just doesn't execute.
It just doesn't work
very well.
And
but, I mean, at the same time, you could argue that capitalism hasn't worked very well.
But it has. Or my bad. It hasn't worked very well, but it's the most functioning system there is. So, you know.
In terms of economic growth, it is.
In terms of standard of living, yeah.
But that's we are very capitalist, but we're not fully capitalist.
No, we're pretty much in the middle because we're
very materialistic as a country.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Extremely materialistic.
That is Western culture in general.
Yeah. Like
we're greedy. That's like our thing.
Well, yeah, we're greedy. We like big cheeseburgers. That's like the two. That's the two things.
And guns. Can't forget that. Can't live without them.
Can't forget guns. We do love our guns. It's so hard to throw America into just one basket.
Oh no, America's in like 75% of baskets.
It really is 50 different states of living.
Yeah, it really is.
Like, Hawaii is different from California. Like we are very different from South Carolina. Although we share similarities, we're very different from South Carolina. Our roads are shit, but we're not South Carolina shit. Like, there's no way to define America.
And really, you could even break it down even more because, like, the difference between Glenn County and McIntosh,
leagues different.
Leagues different from here in Brantley County. Like, dude, leagues different.
Like, look, we're at least decent people. We fuck our cousins. They fuck their brothers and sisters.
Yeah, at least we wait. Twice removed, or second cousin. No, they just go straight for their brother.
They just go straight to their brother. Hey, buddy, want to fuck?
Hey, bro, you trying to dig your pee in my ass?
And your brother's just sitting there. Yeah.
If Mason had a really strong country accent. Yeah.
Yeah. So, how do you feel about the fact that at least, I don't know, I'd probably say 10% of our senior class will be dead in the next 20 years?
How do you know? Or is that
just
a stat?
Looking at trends. Think about it. Like, people die.
Yeah, that's fine. How do I feel about it? Well, you gotta live life to the fullest, and
you sometimes you gotta full send it.
Yeah, sometimes you do gotta full send it, indubitably.
And honestly, population control not a bad thing.
But not with the plague things, okay? Like the millennials, they're like, oh, we're gonna have a plague. That didn't work out, okay? It just killed the old people. We need like a,
We just need people that can clear out some 25 to 30-year-olds.
Yeah,
Like,
what we need is for like
strain of
people to
COVID that
stop
just targets them?
procreation. Like, just don't have kids.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that'd just be the best thing. Just don't have kids.
What if we just, as like humans, we just decided for like 3 years we just wouldn't have kids? What would the schools do? What would everything do? It would actually give everyone a chance to actually like deal with some shit.
Yeah.
That's constantly an issue.
Imagine that.
That's actually a good idea.
Imagine an entire middle school being closed for a year.
Exactly. Like, that would be so good to actually formulate an environment where students don't want to kill themselves.
Yeah. I mean, also it'd be kind of bad, but you were just looking at the silver lining.
Yeah. No, like the negative ramifications are far.
Yeah, far outweigh the positives. But we're positive people, so we. But
like we said earlier, we can draw whatever conclusion we want.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, like if people just, it's gonna like our population, like America's population. The only reason it's growing is because of immigration, and that's gonna slow down eventually. And we're at this point because I know you didn't take AP Human, but we're what's called like. We're still on level 3 again, only because of immigration, meaning like our population is growing. But once you get to level 4, it starts to not like a sharp decline, but it starts to decline, and then level 5 is like leveling out. Sweden is at level 5. Russia is at level 5. No, Russia is level 4.
Europe in general is just in a bad position.
Yeah.
Like they're not having kids.
Yeah.
Like they're not having children.
Mm-hmm. You gotta be able to sustain a population, not grow it, just sustain it.
But we're getting. I think that's kind of human nature that's human nature to do that, because like one of the oldest sayings is it takes a village. Like sometimes some people not having kids is a good thing because they can help out people who do.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that in some way, shape, or form is ingrained in some of our brains.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't want kids, and I think that there's a reason for that.
Now, given once you do stop the growth of your population, your economy does take a big hit. However, that also kind of stops inflation. But silver lining, of course.
Yeah, your economy takes a hit, but it's more stable.
Yeah, it's stable.
Like ours, we have the biggest economy by far, but we also have a very unstable economy.
Yeah, we have the biggest economy. We don't have the best economy.
Who would you say has the best economy? Probably Sweden.
Germany.
I could see that. Germany, Germany.
Their industry is like.
See, because like, you've got. Because I could argue Japan or Korea.
Yeah, I could argue Japan. Yeah.
But in reality, it's Germany.
Yeah, like Japan's definitely up there, but Germany's just bigger. They're more of a powerhouse.
But the standard of living in those places, I would honestly say it's better. Even though the median, money that they make or whatever is lower than ours, more people are within that range. Very few people are in poverty. Very few people are extremely wealthy.
Mm-hmm. They have a bigger middle class.
Exactly.
Of course, there's nothing wrong with that. They're just, they're different from America.
Good thing.
Yeah.
The way that I see it, that's a good thing.
That's a fairly good thing when you're looking at it from like a socialist, kind of like platform. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're definitely not bad off.
And look, I have no problem with people. Look, I have no problem with millionaires. Like, I don't understand the people who do. If they're millionaires because they got daddy's money, I still don't care. Because that was daddy's money.
Yeah, he earned it for a reason. Like...
He earned that money and chose to pass it on to his kids. You're telling me if you had $60 million in your bank, you wouldn't pass that on to your kids?
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously, I would. That would make their lives so much easier.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the goal, is to make your children's lives better than yours.
Exactly.
Now, if I have 60 million in the bank, they're not going to be living in luxury when they're kids, but like, once they move out and shit, I'll buy them stuff.
I'll buy them stuff, gift them.
Like they'll have they would have the bare essentials. Like they would have what they need. But if you wanted something, you had to earn it.
Yeah. But like people that just have a problem with like the 1%, which is anybody who makes over 120,000 a year, I'm pretty sure.
No, that's the
5%.
So 10%. That's the 10%. 5% is 500K. Wait, no, 1% is 500K. 5% is like 200K ish, and then 10% is. I'm getting this wrong somewhere. I don't know.
It's okay. The upper percentiles of the population, people that have a problem with those type of people, I mean, you're just ridiculous. You just jealous. Like that's really all it is. You're just jealous of them.
Now,
like obviously if there's a bad person and you dislike them because they're a bad person, yeah, that's different. But if you just dislike them because they're a millionaire, because they have more money than you, that you're just jealous. That's a defense mechanism your brain makes.
Like,
yeah.
Jealousy is very quick to turn into hatred.
Oh yeah. It's big.
It's very quick.
Yeah.
They're very close together, and if you're not careful, it can happen to anybody. If you're not careful. Thing is, it's easy to, not be careful.
Yeah, like I'm thankful that I haven't I don't get jealous. Like if somebody has something that I want, I desire it and I'll work hard to get it. You know what I mean? But I never get jealous of something. Or try not to get it.
Look, there's the basic human instinct, I want to preface this by saying, I would not trade my family for any other family in the world. But there's that sense of what if I was born into a millionaire's family? I could have everything that I want.
Yeah.
Which is the materialism shit. But yeah, there's that basic human thing of he has more than me, I want it. And especially if it's they did less work to get that shit.
Well, then you get into because you can believe that they did less work to get it, and be like, oh, why can't I have it? He got it when it was free. Well, actually, no, he went through all this stuff, and
No. I'm talking about the rice gums. I'm talking about the people who had daddy's money.
Yeah.
The people who didn't work for it.
The people who didn't work for it and then flex it like it's their livelihood.
Yeah, no. You're not making that money. You're not putting in that hard work. Daddy's paying for that.
Yeah. They flex it like they earned it. And really, even if you do earn it, you're not supposed to flex it.
Yeah, the thing, I understand these are things that I never had, and I just, I want to have them. The thing is that if those are things that you never had, and that made you feel terrible, what are you gaining from rubbing it in everybody else's face?
Yeah.
Are you getting some sense of, accomplishment? I don't get that mindset. But, I don't know. There's also that thing of, I got a cool new thing I want to show everybody. But when you're talking about a Lamborghini, that's kind of just rubbing it in everybody's face because everybody knows what a Lamborghini is.
When you're 16 years old and you have a Lamborghini, just don't come to school. Just buy the school.
Just buy the school.
Yeah, just buy the school.
I always used to fantasize about buying the school, VHS, and just turning it into
the biggest trap house ever.
Honestly, it really could be. Each one of those rooms is That's a room.
It's a room, dude. You could do a lot with a room.
That's a pretty spacious room too.
They got the high ceilings too. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, big time. Then you got a fucking gym for yourself.
Dude.
You got a fucking cafeteria if you want to use it.
You got a gym for the meth heads. And the
Yes, sir.
crackheads. You got a cafeteria.
We
for the
could
people.
have that as like a little tent area.
What?
The gym. Where homeless people can come and squat.
Anarchy simulator.
Yeah, we just keep them locked in there. We want to see what happens.
Yeah. They're kind of funny. Yeah, I just want to see what happens.
Sure, I want to see. And I think on the note of anarchy, that's a pretty good way to bring this pretty long. I think this is the longest one that we've done.
Well, I'm about to find out. Hold on. Click. It is indeed the longest one we've done by 3 minutes.
By 3 minutes.
Yep.
Wow, that is insane.
That is
That's
insane.
simply incredible. I've had a pretty good
Yeah, yeah.
time. Good conversations.
Mhm.
Balti?
I think he's dead.
Hello.
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 Did you die?
Yeah, something like that.
Would you like to say any final words before we conclude this whole shebang?
Fuck bitches, get money.
That's
Life
really what
lessons,
it all
boys.
boils down to.
Life
Fuck bitches,
lessons
get money.
right there. Take notes. Write it down. Stick it on your wall. Refrigerator. Give it to your nanny.
That's something you
Facts.
guys all should be fridging. That,
Yes.
Us three in the future.
Mm-hmm. Our
We're
names.
talking to you.
Yes.
Max, Connor, and Josh.
In that order. Write it
That
down
order.
right now. We'll give you 5
Fuck.
seconds to write it down.
Money get wait.
Fuck money, get bitches.
Fuck bitches, get money. Wait.
Fuck bread. Let's get these bitches. Wait.
Just write something down. Put our names on it. Stick it on your fridge.
Bread rises. That's the takeaway.
Perfect.
Indeed. Okay. Well,
Also, fuck croissants.
fuck who?
Croissants.
Jimmy's mom. Can I have Jimmy's croissant? Hey,
Who was it that does that voice perfectly?
It is Grant and Gavin.
Oh, Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy.
It's Kyle. It's Kyle.
No, he does. Yeah, it's Kyle too. He can do it good. But he does like
Grant
all-
does the Joe. He does the Joe very well.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so
Anyway, rounding it off. How did that peak my mic? I have no idea. Okay.
anyway, just real quick, so we can all tie it together. Alonso Sanchez. All right.
Yes. Corona.
Perfect.
Started with Corona. And Alonso. It's gonna end. Corona and Alonso.
Hell yeah.
So Balti, you've managed to lap Max threefold. So that 2 hours and everything, that was your segment.
Damn. Shit, I wasn't even awake for some of that.
Yeah.
Oops. Anything you want to get off your chest?
You know, we'll leave that to next time.
Oh, I guess I'll have
Give
to
us-
tune in for that.
Gives us a reason to do it again.
Yeah, give us a reason to do it again.
Sooner this time.
Yeah,
Sooner.
definitely sooner. We're not gonna break 2 months again. No.
Yep, we're gonna do another 3, pretty closely, and then we're gonna wait another 6 months.
It's weird how we only did like 5 or 6 in the actual like quarantine break that we had, the 6 months.
That was the whole point of it.
Yeah, that was the entire point. It's just to have it.
It just kind of devolved.
Yeah, it kind of did.
I didn't like how it started because it wasn't what I intended it for. That's not what I was hoping that it would be. But then I kind of just had to accept that there's a little bit of that. And we were also trying to get like 9 people.
Yeah, we were trying to get 9 people in a call. It did not work.
Look, all these names right here, we're trying to put all of them. Like, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
And there were people that we don't interact with on a daily basis. But we did at the time. Like Ty, we did not, like, I don't interact with him on a daily basis. Like, at the time I did because we were playing Minecraft together. AJ, you know. Kyle, he came on for one.
Yeah, a lot of these people I just had on for one story, and then, like, because I wanted to get their, perspective.
We had Grant on a couple of times, didn't we?
Twice, I think, yeah. Once or twice.
Yeah. Ricky was on the originals. Who's Ultimate Death again?
That's AJ. Oh, wait, no, that's Gavin.
Who?
That's Gavin.
Gavin.
Reaper's AJ.
Yeah. Then Balti, this is his second or third podcast. Oven. Oven is a recurring member.
Yeah, he's a recurring member. You may know him as different names, but he's just Oven.
He's Oven. And then you got SLB Terminator.
Yep.
Kind of the binding glue of it all.
Slightly. It's
no,
like that
you're the only one with OBS.
Yeah, pretty much.
To be fair,
I'm that one like shitty glue stick from 12 years ago.
That's at the end and it's hard.
Yeah, and you just get these clumps of people, these completely different people, just kind of like rub it over and hope they stick and hold it in the air as long as possible.
You just pray.
Yeah, that's pretty much how this podcast is. But Max, like, if you could change anything, what would you do? We did not say pizza. We didn't say pizza, Balti.
Shit. If he's a pizza, I'm an oven. Come on, get in me.
Shoot. Same, bro.
Shoot, dog.
Got them quadruple layer ovens they got at freaking Subway. Toast the bread. Except I want all of Balti in me.
I just want... Can I get a...
What?
Can I get a foot-long Balti on Italian urban cheese?
No. Not.
God damn it. Anyway, what were you saying, Strick? Strickland?
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry, my bad. No, I missed everything that just happened. What happened?
We laughed, we cried. We took selfies in the rain.
We cried. Yeah.
Oh.
We had a nice dinner.
Yeah? What'd you have?
We serenaded each other under the candlelight.
Oh.
We kissed a couple times.
Make out?
You weren't supposed to know that, though. You were supposed to know that.
Oh, yeah, no. You were supposed to know that. Yeah, but other than that, just, chilling.
Yeah.
But you were saying something about if you could change.
Oh yeah. If you could change anything about the podcast, like, what would you do?
What would I do?
Like, what if, like, you remember how you said, like, it wasn't like what you intended it to be? If you can intend it to be something, what would you intend it to be?
Well, what I wanted to do. Well, see, my goal in the beginning is not the same goal I have now. Like, the goal with the podcast in the beginning, it wasn't to make something for somebody else. And it still isn't.
Yeah.
It's just, for me, it's, at this point, it's an excuse to talk to you guys.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because, we talk, mind you, but some of the most meaningful conversations I've had with you have been through the podcast.
Yeah.
Now, the most meaningful conversation I had with you was in Miss Cason's class. But
yeah, I remember that.
But like,
it's an excuse to have a deep conversation.
It's an excuse, yeah. See what's going on with the boys, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, check in.
And the boys that I don't hang out with on a daily basis.
Yeah.
No, but the ones that I still care about.
Yeah. For sure, dude. But yeah, that has been episode 9 or 10, I can't remember, of the Coronacast. Thank you all for watching. You're half a person out there. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.